yeah, I'm about to put it on too.
D-Lo with the triple drive hand on pick and roll full contact. This is a man's sport. County of Kings, really the Kingsborough. You know Crown Heights, so you know that sound right. Brooklyn Bridges, C-Dub defenders. The Brooklyn block party claps in double digits. Got the Barclays clicking, the whole block is with it. Left a block on the table, now we coming to get it. The shook one's gone, we two Brooklyn strong. Can't stop, won't stop from the Brooklyn block. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y.
There you go. There you go.
Just give me the ball, I'm fitting to score next. My J is all net, me and David just all next. Get it back on defense, hit him with strong flex. I'm official like a rep, trying not to get attacked. And we go hard on Brooklyn, that's a promise. Watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Make sure watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Switch, they can't guard me, especially side the Barclays. It's been between crosses, I can score with both hands. Midi flawless, and I get to paint like an artist. I'm a boss smith, so you should respect my handle. I see the big picture with the Nets like a mantle. In the future, I see us as champs too. And when we do, I'ma do a Brooklyn dance move. To stir that whole Millie rock like a fan do. And that's a bet like my parlay on FanDuel. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
When you establish a culture, that's what you do every day. That creates one thing that is your identity. Alright, that's how you are seen by other people. If you work really hard and get 1% better every day, you're a competitive group. That means that you fight.
Oh, what a move by Sharp, counting the foul.
Yo, it's Big Fat Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Shout out to Leef. This is JTV joining the panel. Nets fans is the best fans. Y'all know that. Me and Leaf had the pleasure of seeing a Knicks fan, one that bit off a Leaf, but they squared that away, so I didn't want to amp it when I was there. But we was both on a panel, and we're going to get into that first, and then we're going to do some play-by-play. I was going to do the Shooting Guard Netflix special. Jay is here. He's seen it too, but I feel like it deserves a whole episode, so we'll speak on it a little bit because I forgot to take it out the title. But yeah, it deserves a whole episode, bro. I don't know if we could get that in. Shoot me in like a half hour now, like that. It's a lot. There's a lot to say about that. But I want to introduce the guys first. Shout to Leaf. Let them know where they can find you at.
YouTube.com/@Leaf4788. WNBA season is coming back. So I will be doing the defending champion New York Liberty games as much as possible. Shout out to Coach Ed. Shout out to Coach Ed Gladney. Shout out to everybody at ABS, Aboriginal Sports Network. And shout out to everybody that does WNBA content this summer.
Facts. We're going to go to This Is JTV. This is JTV. Let them know where you can find your content.
Yo, man, this is Jay on everything like hot sauce. Make sure that the is a Z, a different world on all streaming platforms. Just go to my Instagram, and then I got all the links in my bio.
Fair enough. We're going to get into the content with Lee first, and then we're going to get into the play-by-play of the Denver OKC joint. Me and Jay, we're going to speak about, what we've seen in the Netflix special, too. Hold on,
y'all. Yeah, I actually did see that.
Somebody got the fan on high?
I've been hearing it since the intro. I don't know what it is, bro. I thought
Yeah,
hold on, my fault.
I think you got rid of it, but then it came back.
Hold on. No, I got y'all. That's my fault. That's my fault.
Yeah. I did see that documentary,
Right.
bro.
Oh, y'all watched it? So yeah. So wait.
Yeah. I
So
seen that. I
all right,
seen
we're
that.
gonna get
Yeah,
to this.
that shit was good, bro.
Right. Hold on.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to this
Minutes
content first, and
sparingly,
then
but
we're
he'll
gonna
look
get to
really
the
good. But I
that
feel like
content since
Cater,
all of us see it.
I
That's
feel like
dope.
he's got more of an
We're gonna
upside. I
get
feel
to
like he was
that.
better
Right.
at the rim. I felt
Next.
like he was a better rebounder. I felt like he did more than Luke Cornett. I think the difference is that he's raw. So I think they're still trying to work those things out with him.
Yeah, I think Luke, shout out to him though. He played great last night. Let me see who we got. Let me see. Leaf. We got Leaf. Diggy. What's up, Leaf?
What's going on, y'all?
You woke, bro. You woke, wake up, bro. You in the lobby? You sleep?
I am woke, man. You took forever to get me up here. Yeah.
Take a
But
shot of espresso.
I'm fine. I'm fine, bro. I don't drink coffee. It's nasty. I don't drink that. But yeah. Yesterday's game. I don't drink coffee. I really don't. Only person that drink coffee is my family, granddad. But yesterday, the Celtics played like a team that needed to stay alive. They played like a desperate team. The Villanova Tangerines, bro, like they had leads in that game, which I thought they was going to just continue on and continue to capitalize. But the problem with that game, they had trouble with the ball movement, and the Celtics got a lot more open threes. Celtics got a lot more open threes than usual. I'm seeing, JB had a couple of open threes. White had 34 points. He had a couple of open threes. He was getting to the free throw line a bit. Cornette was the difference maker in the game, obviously with the 7 blocks, bro. Like he was cleaning the paint, he was cleaning glass, kept plays alive, did a lot of things in that game that they needed.
So what happens? So what happens when we get that kind of game? Like that's a career high game for him, 7 blocks. Okay, so we go from here to tomorrow night. Are we going to get this? Or are we going to get something in between? Because if I'm being honest, if you've never watched the Celtics and you never watched the Knicks, you would think that kid Cornette was better than Cat. Like that dude was better
I'm
than
gonna
that
lie,
dude.
bro. Like, yeah. Listen, he looked like his second coming at the Kim Mutombo.
If you never watched these two teams before,
that was
you've seen that
hilarious.
dude, and you've seen that dude, you'd be like, that dude better than that dude. Now the question is what are we gonna get tomorrow night? Because I think 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 blocks. I think that's a bit much for a cleanup guy because they don't really run any action for Cornette. I mean, they run some pick and dive stuff, and the reason why they run pick and dive stuff is because they get blitzed. And when they get blitzed, they can drop the ball off to him at the rim, and he can score. That's not really running an action for him. I think that's just part of action. So with that being said, what am I getting from Cornette tomorrow night?
Because Karl Anthony Towns is just that he's a cat. You probably should get somewhere in between, or maybe roughly almost the same. Be honest with
you. I tell you what, Leaf. I tell you what you just said. I tell you what, Leaf. I know that I saw Julius Randle posters getting torn down 2 years ago. I know I did see that. So if this shit go the way they talking about, if this shit go the way they talking about,
get loud.
We better get the stakes out. We better get them fight. We better get them pitchforks out. We better get the stakes out. We better get these dudes the hell up out of here.
Yeah.
Tibbs.
No, two wrongs don't make a right, fellas. We don't do this.
Wait. I want to hear that shit, Bobby. No. That's not how shit goes. That might not be shit going over in California, but over here on my side of the Mississippi, it don't go that way. If Kitty Cat show up Kitty Cat style because he's getting moved around and he finds somebody with some shoulder lean on him, bro, guess what? Them orange tangerines, F is over on the other side of the goddamn bridge. There's gonna be a lot of bitching. There's gonna be a lot of whining. There's gonna be a lot of complaining. There go one right there. So I guarantee you, if Cat don't show up, you gonna hear, nah. He gotta go. Hit the door. Tell me I'm wrong, Bob.
All I know is I saw Julius Randle posters getting torn down. I saw get Julius Randle out of town. It's the same Julius Randle who made the All-Pro team for the first time in 10 years.
What you said, Jay?
I ain't say nothing.
Oh, my fault. All right, my bad. I'm shit. Sorry, bro.
years. The last All Pro y'all had was Carmelo Anthony. That was it.
Time out. Was if correct me if I'm wrong, was Julius Randle not the best player in this 5-game series that just ended last night?
He was the best player in that series. Yes, he was. He was the best
All right,
player in
well,
that series.
thank you for bringing up old history, but now I just got 2 quick points I want to make to you guys. I think that Boston, the way that they're playing, is a really good test for the Knicks because when the battle is done, we will know who won. But what I'm trying to simply say is this. If you look at how they're playing, this is a setup for Indiana. And I'm not saying that their pace is the same. Don't ever quote me on that. But they got everyone involved that can attack the basket. They got everyone that can shoot the long ball. They got guys that can defend. So we're getting hit with a lot of packages. So to be honest with you, if I'm Tibbs, I'm going to prepare like it's Indiana because now Tatum ain't there. Because of the thing is if you look at how they played last game, who was the one that was hitting their shots? White. Who was the one that was getting blocks? You know, everyone was doing their part. And Indiana does the same thing, but at a faster pace. So if anything, last night, the Knicks should know, okay, this is exactly what we're going to be going up against, where everybody can get their shot off at a certain time and create leads. So for me, I think this is more of a setup or a prequel to what Indiana's going to give us. So if the Knicks are really about it, like you said, and I think we are, I need Cat to do a game. Remember what I told you? I've been saying there's 4 reasons why I think the Knicks were going to win. Brunson, Cat, and also how the defense would hold up and Boston missing shots. 3 of those things already happened with Brunson playing and how we went with the defense and how we came back with 20 points, which is why I don't understand. People don't understand. We came back after being under 20 without our best players on the court the first 2 games. Brunson and Cat were on the dang bench. Our top offensive players are on the bench, and we're still coming back from a 20 deficit. People don't realize that. So for me, now that we're playing in a different set because Tatum isn't there, anyone can get their shot on. Anyone can start a turnover. Even Brown, he had, 3 steals last night or something like that?
Yes.
As well. Look at how good he was. Look at how he was also getting to the free throw line, slowing up the pace for when we would come down and score. They'll come down and create a foul. Even though I thought it was a push-off, he got Jalen Brunson his final foul. So he was playing smart in chess when we were just playing aggressive. So for me, that's the same way Indiana's going to hit you. That's why I think Indiana is something that's beautiful, and I think that we should respect it, even if we don't understand it right now. But we got time to go back and watch it. So for me,
so you're looking at Indiana. So you're looking at the Boston Celtics game as a preview to what Indiana is, and this is how we're going to coach. Like we're playing. We ain't playing against the Celtics. In fact, we already passed you dudes. We playing y'all dudes like we're going to play Indiana. Now, would that be opening up? Would that be showing my hand to Indiana?
No, because remember, we've done this before and we've beaten them, but then now we have Mitchell Robinson. We have different type of sets we can do. We even are using Precious now. You see what I'm saying? We even, like I said before, we magically come back. Even McBride's been playing good defense. If you look at even even another thing, Mitchell Robinson, he created 3 turnovers. Remember, he was playing defense, reach, boom, turnover, went out of bounds, came back, and then he got a steal from Brown. Came back again. And this is Mitchell Robinson.
Yep.
When did he have hands like this? So you see what I'm saying?
Mitch been on that.
Leaf,
you got to just get in there. We got some dialogue. Y'all get it in because we don't got a lot of time.
Cowboy, with everything you just said, bro, like basically tell me that you're gonna lose to the Pacers without telling me that you're gonna lose the Pacers. Because if y'all got Boston, I gotta be Boston first. But if everything last night happens again to where y'all can leave an open shooters open and then you got Cornette covering the paint and man in the paint and holding off Cat and holding off Mitchell Robinson as much as he can. Y'all basically in a 7-game series. Even if y'all do get out of this series, y'all probably ain't gonna get out of the series in one piece because now y'all got another team that runs just as fast, plays just as efficient as offense. Has a mom and pop chain link type of passer on a team in Halliburton, and with all of the struggles that y'all gonna have against a
mom
real
and pop. He better than that. Let's relax with the mom and pop. He better than that. I meant that with all due respect. I'm thinking about how he's more of a a connecting passer.
Yeah, he's a
he was hitting them threes. Did he not hit game winners?
Yes, he did.
Hold on, did he not hit game
Hold on, real quick. Go ahead, Breezy.
I just want to say Jalen Brunson got to be careful not to get
back problems for carrying the Knicks. Cat supposed to be a second option, but he took 11 shots. Mikal Bridges only hit 4 field goals. If Jalen Brunson, in a nutshell, not to be long-winded, he's carrying the Knicks. And what I came to talk to Chill about is it looked like 3 out of 4 of the teams possibly is going to never had a championship. It looked like one of the teams that don't have a championship this year will win the championship this year. That's why I really came up and to say other stuff. But since Cowboy Bob is here, I gotta say I think y'all lose. I don't like the audacity of this Knicks fan talking like they playing against the Pacers and when they just got their ass belt their ass last night.
Got to moving on.
Yeah, like
Always
but
the
straight
Knicks
belt
fan.
their ass last night. Put linked over the lap, belt the ass, and you over here talking about, oh, we playing versus the Pacers, knowing damn well that the OG playing the way he did, y'all can't win. Yeah, relying on him to be the second option over Cat when he's not there for that. Cat is supposed to be the second option, but meanwhile, OG's taking more shots than Cat. So it's just all nasty work, and you came in here with the audacity as if that y'all gonna do anything.
Get off the pill, OG. Get off the pill, OG, and get the big fella the ball.
I see you Saturday.
Get off the field.
I see you Saturday.
Fellas, we'll get back.
I see y'all Saturday.
We'll get back at it on Saturday, yo. I appreciate y'all, everybody. All right, Leaf. All right, Cowboy. All right, Breeze.
OG, get off the pill.
So as you can see, in my spare time, I cook Knicks fans. You know, then it's not safe. They go on other platforms and think they could just have their nasty work takes. He was capping, talking about we playing versus the Pacers. Like, what? Y'all had no idea Jaylen Brown was gonna have 12 assists. Y'all don't know what the hell was he talking about? Anyways, I just wanted to show the chat that in my spare time I troll the Knicks. That's what I do. I'm good at what I do. You see what happened, you know what I'm saying? He had no rebuttal for what I said. Shout to Leaf.
All I know is, like you were saying, they got to get past the Celtics first. A lot of these Knicks fan minds is souped up, and they don't realize Kobe said the job not finished, man.
Mm-hmm. The job not done.
Right.
Yo, Jay, and what's most interesting about it is, to me, I look at it like you wanna have home court advantage, but just to know that the Celtics won at the Garden, they probably feel like they could win Game 6. You know what I'm saying? They probably feel like they could win Game 6. Like, yo, you know what I mean? We do a lot of the right
From
things.
what I saw,
yeah.
From what I saw, the Celtics is a better away team than the home team anyway all season.
Yo, A-Tracks to win. What up? What up? Area 11 in the chat. What up? King Rebby in the chat. He said, Breezy, bet $500 we win tomorrow. Bro, my limit is 5.
Yo, and honestly, how do we... Yo, I hate when people on the internet do that. Yo, bet 500. How do we know you're going to pay up?
Yeah, you could just...
Send a $20 super chat right now just to know you got it like that to be betting 500.
Yo, I'm not gonna. I
don't believe these niggas on the internet because if they don't pay, then what?
The internet is the easiest way to ask bet, bro. Like I ain't gonna hold you.
Right, nigga talking about bet 500. Send a $20 super chat just to show you got it to just give away like that.
Like I at least send some money to the page, bro, and with the chat, bro. Like before I even do that, but I mean,
they go my cash. Yo, listen, I appreciate all the support. I just gotta tell y'all the truth. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, they pay once a month. You know what I'm saying? If you hit the Cash app, I get that immediately. So, just
I mean, hold on. What? If we talking money, first off, we got to shout out Adolf, bro, for throwing 100 stacks.
Shout out to Adolf.
Yeah, hold up. I ain't even want to. I really didn't even want to talk, bro. When I seen that, bro, like I was just like, wait a minute, hold it.
No, shout out to Adolf because he was a man of his word, bro. Because I remember the night he was talking to Easy and he said that. I thought he was bullshit. He like,
I totally forgot about that shit.
If we don't get a top 2 pick, I'm going to send $100 super chat. How about you match it? Or some shit. I was like, oh, shit. Okay.
I totally forgot about that, bro. But I know Easy had brought it up the night before. I just didn't know what he was talking about until I seen $100 super chat. I was just like, oh shit, that's what Easy was talking about. Then he tried to take credit for it. I was just like, all right, cool. Obviously, Yeah, I knew Easy was gonna take credit for that shit. But shout out to Adar for sending 100, bro. I know for sure, bro. Like, Breezy's getting paid this month. That's what I know. I know for a
Word.
fact.
Yo,
So
and you
he
know
can't
what's
tell me the money ain't coming up, bro. Like,
Yo, yeah, nah, that's but shout out to Mo Beasley in the chat here. Used to Rocket fan. We definitely gonna throw the link in the chat for him to join the panel. But again, I just think it's all exciting because I wasn't the direct mediator of that. It's just like little side things that's happening with the podcast. There be a lot going on, a lot of shit talking on the podcast, and I kind of remember it. I wasn't like directly into it because I didn't like make them make that thing. They was just talking to each other. You know, Adar, he be talking. He be talking his talk. And that's what I wanted to talk to Leaf about. First off, again, I thank you, Adar, and I thank Leaf and everybody that sends super chats. I appreciate the support. But what I'm trying to do is figure out how it should work, like as a moderator. If you send a super chat, should you get the big screen, and how long do you get the big screen? Because I felt the need to give Adar the big screen. You know what I'm
the whole
saying? And
goddamn
I'm
show.
thinking to
I ain't gonna hold you.
myself, the whole show.
The whole nigga, he sent 100. Come on, bro. Like he at least deserved 50, like at least an hour. Like I let him. I refused to argue with
Yeah,
him, bro. Like about anything last night, bro. I was just like, all right, fuck it, man. I ain't arguing.
Nigga
And
said I refused to argue with him about anything last
I'm
night.
not. I'm
You
like,
got
bro.
it,
Like
bro.
you didn't like me. Like you got it, my nigga. Like nigga, you sent 100, bro. I'm wait. A nigga sent 500, nigga. I'm leaving, bro. I'm not. I'm like, all right, I'm out. Yeah, Yeah,
yo,
hit me up next
yo,
stream. Yeah, we
Nigga,
good.
nigga officially a co-host once he said about it.
Nigga, they might as well be. Nigga, he done funded. Nigga, he done funded the monthly. Nigga, he done made sure Breeze done got at least the month. That bill is gonna come in the mail.
bro, that might be the biggest super chat I ever got in my as a podcaster, bro.
Might be.
I to keep it real with
Might
you, bro.
be.
Yeah, like that.
That
It is
that
the
means he
biggest.
must be
It's
getting
called.
more than $100 super chat if that
No,
might
no,
be the one.
no, no.
Might be.
No. I'm trying to recall why I say that, but nah, cannot. I remember that only one, and it was red. I've never seen it red. Like usually when stuff is in red, you in
Oh
trouble
yeah,
or
oh
some
yeah.
shit. You know what I'm
Hold on.
saying?
Speaking of $100 super chats,
But that was
that mean
good red.
I got a show on July 10th. I need y'all brothers in attendance, man. The tickets is $20. I need y'all in attendance. July 10th, y'all got enough time. July 10th, I got a show
Oh,
with Breaking Sound. I mean, a very reputable fucking production
oh
company. I mean,
shit. You said you wait. What's the day?
July 10th, and we doing a 30
I'm
minute
not. I'm
set.
not. Ah, shit. I'm gonna be out of
Turn it.
town.
All right, well, just buy a
But
ticket to show support and then send somebody.
yeah, yo, like
If I
you
could,
could do
I see
that too.
somebody that's want to
Now, for
go,
real
bro.
though,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if you
Oh,
know
for sure.
somebody that fuck with hip hop, just get a ticket just to
yeah. No,
show support,
Yeah. If
appreciate you, and
I'll
then
probably
tell them
send
to pull
somebody
up
that
and
want to
see some
go.
dope shit because it's gonna
Yeah.
be a
Yeah,
dope. I don't know the rest of the lineup right now, but I know the artists that they book be fire. Now I mean, because I went to like a couple of their shows before, and shit about to be turned. But we got
Facts.
30-minute
Facts.
sets. That shit, we about to turn that shit. Cause
Oh,
I want
word.
to,
Oh,
yeah, and I know
you
we about to
reminded us though.
OD, cause I want to impress the promoters. So we
You
about
got
to
a
turn up.
flyer. You got a flyer on
Oh,
IG
well.
as a post up.
Yeah. Throw a
Now
link up, bro.
flyer
If
go.
you got one.
I just booked it earlier, but the flyer gonna come. I just booked it earlier today, but that shit is gonna be a vibe. So I need all the homies in attendance and the ladies too. But I got the ladies. I'm talking to the homies right now.
Okay.
All right, cool. Yeah. Bet. If I got somebody that's trying to go, I put because I know I'm gonna be out of town that week. That's my girlfriend's birthday that week.
Oh,
So
shout to your
I'm a
shorty.
How much
yeah.
the
Shit,
So because
tickets? How
I'm
much the
it would
tickets?
have been a dope ass thing to bring your shorty to, but you said you're gonna be there
I'm
with
gonna be
her,
into
not
you. I'm gonna be in
yeah,
her with her
yeah.
in Texas.
Because I'm
Yeah.
telling you, we got that type of music. When you get with your shorty, you start dancing with it.
hmm
Know what I mean? We got that type of music.
Yeah. She like all types of shit, but I mean, but she mostly listen to country music any damn way because she from Texas. But yeah,
Heard
yeah. So
How much the tickets? How much the
20,
tickets?
20 in advance.
20 in advance.
I
20 in
think,
advance.
and I think it's like you got to buy the ticket online, so it's like 20, but it's 18.44 plus tax or some shit to reach the 20.
Oh, all right, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bad. Yeah, I'm gonna see if one of these youngins want to go, bro.
Yeah,
Got somebody in my.
it's gonna be a vibe. When I get the link or the flyer, I'm gonna send it to niggas. But I just wanted to put niggas on July 10th, man. Save the date.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
Yo,
LM, pull up, man. You in the town, right?
Shit, I
Yeah,
think. Yeah.
I'm in I live in Best Stuff.
Oh yeah, you in the town. I bet. Yeah, you should pull up too, bro. I'm gonna hit niggas with the info when I get the info. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be a dope event to pull up to. And word.
I ain't
all
gonna
right.
lie, bro. I'm
Shit, I
coming.
got a show in the style on Tompkins next Friday.
Oh,
I'm
that's
coming.
right by me.
I'm coming
Right.
across. I'm coming across some real money, man. This time around, bro. I should be in San Antonio. By I say by the beginning of July for like maybe like a couple of days, cause girlfriend wanted to go to like one of them whatchamacallit, one of them rodeo joints or whatever that shit was. Better than well,
Let me
mostly
find
I'm
out you gonna have on the cowboy hat and the boots at the rodeo, man.
if I did, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You catch me in that shit,
It's gonna be
my
a
nigga,
Brooklyn
my
Cowboy hat.
Nah, for real
Cowboy
though.
hat.
you
I
catch
know a
me in.
few people that live in Houston and
Yeah,
Texas
that
and
live
shit,
in
and they
Houston.
like
Yeah, they from
like
New
they be
York too.
telling me,
Yeah,
when you go to the rodeo, like you could go in your regular Jordans and shit, but you don't really get the love unless you come in the
unless you
rodeo
come in there
shit.
like
Like you come
yeah,
in
you
that
got you got to
cowboy
go to
shit,
yeah. You come in the
that's
cowboy
when
shit,
they
yeah,
fuck with you.
and a cowboy and a button up
Uh-huh.
and the joints
That
is
big ass hat.
yeah. You come do like that, bro. Like yeah, they gonna be. They gonna be like, hey man, like it's a lot of friendly people down there, man. Like I mean, Texas ain't all as crazy as people make it out to be, bro. But I mean, yeah,
That might,
that
I ain't
definitely.
gonna lie, that might be a like a little birthday celebration for me. I might pull up because July 1st is my birthday. So
Oh, shout out, just
Hey.
cause
Who said
July.
that?
That's LM.
LM? Oh, word.
Yeah.
Shout
Yeah, cause
nice.
the 14th is my girlfriend's birthday, July, so I'm gonna be down there. I ain't gonna lie, I might stay down there, bro, cause listen. I done left probably maybe some stuff or whatever, bro, but I got all my belongings and
Coming
shit, bro.
back down mouth.
I already told you. Listen. I already had ambitions of being in Texas, bro. I'm doing road nets, cause I'm trying to book like 6 tickets, man. My girlfriend, she low key a Spurs fan, so I'm gonna go to a Spurs game, a Rockets game, a Mavericks, a OKC game, cause she like going back and forth to OKC, and
That's
a
fire.
fucking a Denver game and a Pelicans game. I'm gonna try to get like
That's
six
what's up,
tickets a
bro.
year. Try to get like
That's what's
six
up.
road games a year. Yeah, I'm gonna do road. I'm gonna take Nets on the road, man. So I'm try
That's
to do
yo,
that.
bro. I'm rocking with
Yo, that
that,
should be the name
bro.
of a future podcast, and that's on the
I'm
road,
That's on the
rocking
man.
with it,
road.
bro. I would
Yeah,
love to
Let's
see that
go.
content, bro. I would love to see that content.
I gotta get a whole setup because I got I got the thing in my car that holds the GoPro, like the little cam and shit that holds the camera in the car. I got
Nice.
that shit. I just don't like the camera. I just don't have the camera, but I got the spot to put it in. But when I get that shit
Nah,
set up, I'm
no,
just
but that part, I'll be honest with you. I advise you be careful. I used to drive too, and I know what it is to take your eyes off the road just for a second. I wouldn't play in the on the road. Shit,
I
I'm with you. I'm rocking, but driving safe, I'm just man to man
I
right
mean,
now.
yeah,
Not man to
in New
man,
York,
man to
yeah,
man.
you can't do that shit.
Nah,
But in
yeah, nah,
Texas, like
shoot.
it's open road, bro. Like so, I mean,
I
yeah,
don't know,
like
man. I don't know open road. I just like you said, I'm a city slicker or whatever. So seriously, no, seriously, bro. I know
he's
stop
serious
signs.
about it.
I know school, the bumps in the block. You know the motherfucking speed bumps. I
Right.
know the
Yeah,
school zones. You know what
Potholes.
I mean. You
I'm not.
always gotta stop short in the city.
You
Like you
always got to
always,
stop short in the city.
yeah,
Yeah,
ain't no just
I'm so used to driving
taking
in
my
the
eyes
city,
off of the
bro.
road, podcasting and shit.
Yeah,
Nah.
I'm so used to driving in the city. It's crazy because like everybody know I do Uber, I do pickups and shit all day. But when I first drove in Texas, I was amazed at how much open road it was, and I was amazed at how fast you could go, bro. My girlfriend, her niece had a Charger, and she let us borrow the Charger for like a week. And I was just driving like I was in New York. I'm like, why the hell am I driving slow? I could just speed this motherfucker up. it don't even feel like I'm driving fast because there's so much open road. Everything is like four, 5 lanes, shit like that, bro. Like Texas is big as hell, bro. I ain't gonna lie
Yeah,
to you.
between Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, like
Yeah,
that
but
area.
yeah, we drove to San Antonio probably like maybe from Texas Tech University to San Antonio probably in like 4 hours, like the 3 4 hours. Texas
Yep.
is big as hell.
Texas is
I'm
hell yeah.
Texas is massive, bro. Like you ain't gonna drive across Texas in one day, bro. I'm telling you.
It does.
Yo, hold on, y'all. While we there, we got Mo Beasley on the panel. I see you, John. We gonna get to you, John. We got Mo Beasley on the panel. He a Houston Rocket fan, so I just kind of wanted him to recap his season, the playoffs for the most part. But you know what I'm saying, and we'll go from there. And shout out to Mo Beasley for joining the panel. He a Houston Rocket fan. What's good, bro?
Man, salute, Breezy, man. Salute, panel, man. Man, we had a great season overall, man. Nobody thought we would make it this far, man. It was disappointing to go out in 7 games, but we did fight back. I get that, everybody want to slander Jalen Green because he didn't kind of show up. He didn't show up in this series mostly, but we really, even with him not showing up, I really feel like we could have won this series. I just feel like a lot of people putting a bag all on Jalen for the reason why they lost this series. And I just think people didn't really watch the series like that, man, because we really lost this game on free throws and shit like that. And a lot of guys didn't show up, man.
Yo,
Air
but
Force.
but Mo Beasley, like I'll be honest with you, and you probably know
Bro.
this being in the chat. I got big smoke for Jalen Green with him being a number 2 pick and just the expectations. And again, I just don't like how he's not a number 2 or number 1 option on your team. I feel like with him being a number 2 pick, he's not in front of Sagoon priority on the offensive side of the ball. Sagoon get more looks, more basketball actions go to him. They run the offense through Sagoon before they do Jalen Green.
Well,
So I'm asking you,
What?
what option is he
okay.
on that team? What option
Jalen,
is
bro, Jalen Green is the lead scorer on the number 2 seeded team in the West, and I don't think a lot of people like to poo-poo that for whatever reason because they got
I
their
ain't know
agenda
that.
to push.
Man, by like
So
point five or something over Sengun with like point five.
he got is
Yeah,
up
catch
there
that
though.
Sangoon.
He is up. He got that though. You got to get to him. He got that.
No, you're
You
right.
know what I'm
You're right.
saying? So, but he got that. So he got to be at least the number 1, number 2 option. To be honest, we don't really have, and that's a problem. We don't really have a number 1 go-to guy, and that becomes a problem in the playoffs because, as you can see, man, when it's time for somebody to get a bucket, they didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, man, Golden State really played. They trapped Jalen Green and got the ball out of his hands a lot. You see that one game that they kind of let him go free one-on-one because they thought he couldn't play. He put up 38 on him.
That's because
He,
Jimmy got hurt. The coverage got blown at that
you
point.
know what
Yeah,
I'm
I heard
saying?
it.
So, but yeah, but see, the thing is, Shingun was left single cover on Draymond Green and was missing bunnies and missing free throws. A couple of those games, we was trying to come back, and Shingun missing 2 free throws in a row on a couple trips down on the couple of trips coming down to get us in the tie games and get us back in those games. And I just feel like a lot of people they don't they want to look at a small part of the picture because it's low. Jalen Green is low hanging fruit, man. It's easy to bag on him. I get it. You
But
know what I'm
but
saying? But I just
but
feel like they're not looking at the whole game, and I think that everybody just kind of want to blame Jalen, put everything on Jalen without just looking at the whole game and not really like, yo, you fucked up here, you fucked up right here, dog. You can't do this here, you can't do this there. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my whole opinion about it. I get on Jalen. I still believe in him though. I
but
ain't gonna
but
lie to you.
but Mo, real quick,
Hey,
Breeze. Let me just have
yeah,
this
hold on.
conversation.
Yeah, no, go ahead, easy. I just wanted to say that again, as a net fan, that's a perspective. Me being a net fan, so it's good to hear an actual Houston Rocket fan speak on Jalen Green. Go
I
ahead, easy.
mean, didn't show up till around game 4. A lot of people don't want to talk about that though.
But he was providing good defense. It might have not been good on game 1, but after game 3, he was doing a great job, bro. And then
Yeah,
he was
I
getting into the
said he
teeth of
didn't
the
show
paint.
up till around game 4. He was selling too. Nobody
But
want to point that out because everybody want to go to the low hanging fruit, and it's like, yo, it's way more to why we lost this series than that. Even with Jalen Green playing bad, we still
no, no,
could have
no.
won this series.
Mo. Yeah, but that man Curry though. That man Curry. It's hard to win. Curry. Hold on, Jay, real quick. Mo, I could hear that and I could respect that. There's a lot of things that went to it. Like there's like what was it? I think it was like game 6
Y'all missed a whole bunch of fucking free throws. Y'all could have won that game easily if you just made your free throws. So I understand the points you're making. I'm not trying to bash on the kid, but I'm a pinpoint on something because we could look at everybody. We could look at Tari
Hey,
Eason.
easy.
We could
Before
look
you
at
say
Fred.
something, we shot under 65% of the team from the free throw line in the series. You ain't winning that, dog. I don't care who you is.
But we're not going to look at the things that's been going on in the court. We could acknowledge the free throws and at the same time acknowledge what's going on at the court at the same time, bro. We can't
I'm
just look,
saying
oh,
two
it's just
things
free
could
throws
be
and that's
true,
it.
but people want to lean on the low hanging fruit instead of putting that in together with everything that's going on
It's
because it's
part of the
easy to just
equation.
It's
rag
still a
on the
fact
dude.
though. It's still a
Right, he
fact though,
wasn't the
Mo.
only.
It's
He
not. It's
wasn't
not
the
like I'm
X
pounding
factor
on
to
him.
the win or loss. You saying it was other things too.
I believe so. I believe he was an X factor. If he went off, this shit wouldn't even be close. It would have been Rockets and fouls.
Even still, I feel like that's true. But even still, with him playing bad, we make our free throws and make a couple of plays go our way. We win that series,
You know what you're
even
not
with him
talking
But
about,
playing
Mo
but
Yo,
bad.
hold
I
Beast?
up.
know.
Wait,
I
wait, wait,
know.
wait, wait, Mo Beast.
Correct
You're
me
not
if
talking
I'm
about
wrong,
Steven.
bro. He
Wait,
always
wait.
had bad games against the
Yeah, yeah,
Warriors,
Wait,
bro.
Mo
Always.
Beast.
Exactly.
Wait, Mo Beast. You're not mentioning the fact that Steven Adams was more of an X factor than Jalen Green was. If you look at Steven Adams' numbers, they were a plus on the court with that
I mean,
guy.
we
With
spent
Green,
three
they were a
second round
negative
pick.
most of the
We
time.
spent three second round picks on the guy. I mean, what do you expect?
Well, you're just saying
we
you're
all know
I
saying
mean,
Steven.
not to
you would
put
want
on
your
him, but how's a guy
player
like
that
that is
you.
more important than him?
I mean,
Wait,
you
hold
would
on,
want your player that you
John.
drafted to at least have some
Hold on,
sort
hold on,
of,
Man,
hold on,
you
stop
hold
know,
on, hold on,
saving
impact.
hold
Jalen
on, hold on,
Green. He stink. Stop
hold on,
saving him.
hold on, real quick, John. In a series when it comes to
And
matchups,
OKC blew it, by the way.
hold on, real quick. Somebody
Wow.
mic is wild crazy right now. But yo, real quick, yo. So when it comes to series,
Oh,
it comes
Denver.
to matchups, bro.
Oh,
Steven Adams had a sizable matchup on the Golden State Warriors. They had no big man. That nigga's a strong nigga. He can rebound. That gonna be very impactful in a series like that when niggas is struggling to make shots, bro. Simple like that.
I think. I think the Rockets stick to the
Am
ID
I
of
wrong?
their team.
Am I
Yeah,
saying
nah,
something
you
crazy?
you.
Let Mo
I don't
Beasley
think you're wrong,
cook.
but they stick to the ID of their team. The reason why they won
Mo
50
not even
plus
on the
games.
panel no more, my nigga.
You
Nah,
can
It's
make an
he
argument
might he
for
might
pretty
have got
wait, wait,
lagged out,
wait,
but
Nah,
wait,
hold
easy,
on. Let
easy,
me
no,
let
no,
me
no,
man,
say
no.
something.
easy.
Mute.
But
Mike,
When I'm
I
not
think
talking, I'm on mute, bro.
hold up.
overrated.
They stuck to the identity of their team, which was offensive rebounding. They was the best offensive rebounding team in the league, and somehow they won 50 something games. That means they got more possessions. That was the true identity of their team. That's the reason why Steven Adams was a plus a lot of times when he was on the court, in a lot of their games. The fact that they won 50 something games with Jalen Green, who was only averaging 21 points a game on very low efficiency, by the way, bro. Like, just speaks to all of the little things that the rest of the team did. They was a top five defense, and they was the number one rebounding team in the league. That's why they really won, bro. Like, they stuck to that. They
hold
they
on,
did they didn't
Okay,
hold
get
so
on,
Lee,
there.
so
That's
They
Lee,
didn't
cool,
get
but
there.
hold
when
They
on,
you
didn't
Lee,
get
can't
there by
when
hold
you
on,
can't,
individual
Lee,
scoring.
can
that's
I ask Leaf a
cool
Hold
and
on,
question?
all, but
nigga.
when
Can I
you
ask you a
hold
can't
on,
question?
hold
No,
on,
Nigga,
hold on.
hold on, hold
Let
on,
me
hold
ask
on,
Leaf a
time,
question.
time.
holla holla
but
Hold
holla.
on,
but hold
hold
on.
on,
That's
As Mo
cool
Beasley
enough, but when
already
you can't
said, they
get
want to
those
hit free
buckets, it
throws.
don't
You got to
matter.
do that.
hold
You
on,
if you gonna do the little things, you got to do the little
You
things.
can't get those
right,
buckets, it
right.
don't
Hold on,
matter.
y'all. Hold on, y'all. We just to try to go around the panel because we got some other guys on the panel, so I'm just going around the panel. But I
you ain't gotta
wanted
go to
Mo
me,
Beasley
Breeze.
to
You ain't
answer
gotta
this
go to me.
question. Then I wanted Nectorious to kind of see whether he agreed with Mo Beasley or not. Mo Beasley, Ever Black TV, in the comments, he says, "I want to see if KD goes to Houston, like reports have been saying."
For
How you?
what?
If we not getting them for cheap, I don't want them. But I gotta ask Leaf a question. Because I want to rebuttal to his statement. He said that the Rockets did the little things just when Jalen Green was, even though Jalen Green was scoring on low efficiency. In that Golden State series, do you think the Rockets did the little things even though Jalen Green didn't show up?
They did them, but they didn't do them enough. Like, the thing is that a lot of games,
They
bro, where
couldn't
y'all was
score. Bro.
no. Yeah, a lot of games where y'all had more and more opportunities on the offensive rebounds, and y'all out rebounded the Warriors. And y'all got a lot of second chances. Y'all a lot of them chances y'all didn't capitalize. You talk about the free throw percentage. Y'all shot under 65% for the series, Most of that was because they played the hacker Steven Adams and y'all had players on the court that wasn't floor spacers, bro. Y'all had Amen Thompson on the court. Y'all should have had Tari Eason and Jabari on
And
the court
Jabari,
a
yeah,
lot.
that was, and nobody talks about that either. Everybody
No,
wants the low hanging fruit, but it's
yeah,
other factors contributing to, and that's my main point. That
right,
was
right,
my
right.
only, that's my overarching point. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
easy to
Like,
get on Jalen Green, and I feel like if that's your main
Udoka should have
takeaway
benched
from the
Green for
series,
Smith. He should have
if that's
benched
your
well,
main
Green.
well,
Nah,
takeaway
they
from the
just shouldn't
series,
have
I
made
just
Ken and Cry, man. Once they made Ken and
well,
Cry, that series was over, man.
well, the main reason why you heard Jalen Green name come up over here, bro, is because obviously, bro, like
You know what?
it's a whole group of us
How you
that don't
gonna do
believe
that,
that
son?
Jalen Green is a better basketball player than Cam
You got
Thomas.
it.
So
Oh,
that's
here we go.
the whole thing. That's the whole thing over here.
Yo,
But as
hold on,
far as
no, no,
this,
no, hold on, no. Hold on. What I was saying is, but this is, and again, won't be easy. We got to go to Notorious. Listen, what I'm saying is this: Cam Thomas is a number 27th pick. As far as expectations, is not the same as the second pick in the Jalen Green. So I was more contrasting the picks in their, I guess, what you expect, the expectations because of their pick. And I'm saying from what Cam Thomas overseeded what he was supposed to do as a 27th pick, and I felt like Jalen Green was underwhelming as a second pick. And then in the playoffs, kind of furthered my point because I felt like y'all did all of the small things that made sense outside of a second pick being inefficient on the offensive side of the ball. Like you need him to score the ball. If you draft somebody at the number 2 pick, he is an offensive player. I'm not jacking this. Oh, the
I
other
agree.
thing, you gotta be able to score the ball as a number 2 pick in this NBA league, bro. Like it's just what it is. But that being
What?
said,
Do you
with
have
him,
to?
and
No,
these are the
you
plays.
don't,
These,
man.
these,
What
these
the
are the
fuck is
plays.
going
Like, do you
on?
have to, really?
No,
What type
he's
of
right.
nasty
He's
shit
right.
is
Ooh.
No,
this?
Yo, you're
he's
gonna have
right
to
How
get
because
you
y'all
that
crashing
and
saying,
out,
Jalen and
Breeze,
bro?
Jalen
tonight,
Y'all
man.
Green.
You're
saying,
gonna have to crash
hold
it
up,
And,
hold
and
up,
out.
hold up,
Jalen Green
Bro,
can't
hold
see
up.
right.
niggas
I
gonna
agree.
bet,
Protect,
bro.
look,
I
hold up. Hey,
bet
big
you
Listen. I don't
optimism.
niggas.
care
I
what
got
y'all
your back.
telling me. If
Big
you
optimism.
somebody like Dennis Rodman, if you telling me you got Dennis Rodman at number 2, I'm not mad at you.
No, but what he's saying is because Jalen Green came in as a scorer, that was his whole thing. So what he's saying is basically from what your role in the NBA is
Oh, you
supposed to
said
be and
No,
what you're
no,
supposed to
no,
do,
If
Mo.
you're
he's
Jalen Green,
underwhelmed.
you gotta
No,
score at
no,
number
no,
2.
Mo,
And that's
Mo,
what he's
Mo,
saying. That's
Mo,
all
Mo.
he's saying, in my
Listen,
No,
opinion.
Mo.
listen.
Don't help him. He's not saying that, bro. He is not saying that, bro. He is saying if you're a
No,
number
listen,
2 pick, you gotta put up more than 21 points to get. No, bro. No, don't save him,
listen.
bro.
This is what I'm
Don't
saying.
save him,
Listen.
bro.
Hold on. Listen. This is what I'm saying. On game 1, they scored 93 points. That's a
They
fucking
trying to
problem.
save him.
And it's if they then the
Yo,
second
Joe.
game they score 106 points.
nigga
That's a
Joe.
problem, bro. Yo, and y'all can't be getting outscored by because y'all got 93 points. Y'all under 100 points. That is unacceptable. He's in the
Nigga,
game,
it's
bro.
playoff basketball.
Can
Yeah,
I
It's
playoffs
playoff
ain't about defense
basketball.
though.
Nine
can I
A
points.
lot
I'm
of
asking
hold on,
you
wait,
at
wait,
number
breathe.
2, and you give
can
me
I
9 points.
cook?
Breeze, you
Let Joey
watching
cook.
these? If you watching these games, you see a lot of these games is under 100 points. A lot of people is
I
scoring
mean,
under 100
that
points
means
because the
it's a
And
lot
playmaking
of
is
he
that
about
couldn't
means
he
there's a
couldn't
Especially,
lot
even
of
get the
brickings
ball out
going
of
on.
Jalen's
Respectfully
hand.
It's
question.
a
no,
lot
that
of
means it's a
brickings
lot
going
that's
of
on. That's what it
defense
means.
going
basketball.
on. The
Hold
That's
defensive
on, no, hold
difference
on,
in the
hold on, hold on.
playoffs,
Time out,
bro.
time out.
let Jay
All
cook.
right,
Let Jay
listen,
cook.
listen. Hold on, y'all. Listen, I understand this is a slippery slope. You know what I mean? But what am asking is letting Notorious say what he gonna say because he didn't say nothing yet. But just remember that you drafted Jalen Green at number 2, and in 39 minutes he got 9 points, bro. That shit gotta be tough. But go ahead, Jalen. I mean, go ahead, Notorious.
Joey.
Yo, so I came up here to talk Nets basketball, but I see we talking about Houston, man. Hey, whoever the Houston fan is, bro, I mean this in no disrespect, because I'm a fan of the game and I'm just observing. And I agree with Breezy, like, and Breezy's not wrong. Like Jalen Green came into the league as a phenom. Like he didn't come into the league to be a rebounder. Y'all niggas trying to move the goalposts. He came to be a dynamic scorer.
Hey,
Period.
I agree.
He was
I
he
agree.
was laying he was laying duds in the playoffs. Now I
And
get it.
yes,
I
yes, he
agree.
was.
He was not the only one. I totally agree. Like Lee said, Houston did all the little things right.
but they were not putting the ball in the basket. And you still got to put the ball in the basket, my guy. You feel what I'm saying? So I say that to say this. Even though Jalen Green is getting a butt of the blame, he has to, because when we look around and you ask anybody who's the number one option on the Houston Rockets, they are going to say Jalen Green. And for you to be scoring 7 and 9 points in the playoffs is unacceptable. So you're going to get the butt of that blame. Period. That's just how
No,
it
but
goes as a number
some
one
some people
option.
don't agree with that. But see, the thing about that is some people don't agree with that. Some people agree. Some people think LP is actually the number one option, and they feel like then
That's
Jalen's
what I
just
would
not
say.
coming along for the ride.
Okay,
So that's why
so check this
that
out.
statement right there is kind
If
of
AP if he's the number one option, why they trying to move him right now for Giannis and keep Jalen Green?
Ooh.
that's just rumors. That's just rumors. That shit
I'm
cap.
just
We
saying, but
we
it's a
running it
rumor
back,
that's out there though. Nobody
of
talking about
course.
moving Jalen
But
Green.
They
okay,
was
so
talking about moving
when it's some
Jalen Green
action.
for Mikal.
They
So
said something about
hold on.
LP too for
So
Giannis and shit. So it's all type of shit.
Hey,
That shit don't matter
everybody,
right
we're
now.
gonna
It's
get
just
to that.
something.
We're gonna get to the Giannis reports. I heard John. We're gonna get to that. But
Now I will
what's
say this.
this?
Can I
What's
just
this
say that I'm gonna
thing?
land
Real
the
quick.
plane real quick, Breezy. I will
Yeah,
say this about Houston.
yeah.
I think KD will fit perfectly with y'all because y'all do all the little small things right. Y'all defend, y'all get gritty, and KD will give y'all that offensive punch that y'all need. He would take y'all over the top. That's just my opinion. And I'll let somebody else go.
I just ain't trying to pay the dude. That's my thing. I wouldn't be trying to pay the dude.
But hold on. What y'all pay Van Fleet, but y'all won't pay KD?
But that was because that was for a different situation. There's no
Yeah, cap
guarantee
space. Yeah,
that
because
K.
cap space for
There's
them.
no guarantee that KD even gonna try to sign back with us, even if we trade for him. You know what I'm saying? So at least when you got Van Fleet, you got a commitment. And he not even getting that money back this year anyway. He not getting that 40 million this year. I don't even know why y'all
Yeah,
getting
I think
all
it's
that.
like
And
I think it's
I
like
told I
36,
told
like,
I told people he wasn't getting that money anyway. So I don't even know why people got all up in arms about that. But that's another story. But yeah,
But
the only
can
reason.
Mo Beasley,
Hold on,
can
hold
you
on. The
say
only
can we
reason that
say
we talked about the Rockets because it was something that they was talking about last
right?
night,
But can
and
we
I didn't get
also
a
say that
chance
it
to
looked like Jalen Green
talk
wasn't
about it.
trying out there, like he looked deflated?
They really schemed to get the ball out of his hands. If you look at it,
they
man, they
did.
was blitzing the
They
hell
did.
out of that. They wasn't letting them go 1-on-1 and no shit like that. Like it, you make it seem like they was just letting him go one, and he did go a couple times one
Bro,
on
they
one. He
was
got
doing the
picked out
same
by
shit to
Buddy
Ant
Hield,
though. They doing the same
but
shit to Ant.
and Jalen is in two
But
different
when they
tiers.
came in
Like
the
what are we
league,
talking about?
hold up, Mo Beasley. But when they came in the league, they wasn't. They was comparable. They was
They was.
comps.
No, they was not. I don't
Ooh. Yo,
know. No,
Joey's
they was
cooking
not.
right now, man. Joey,
No,
let
they
it
was
uh
not.
What
oh.
happened?
No,
Let
Wait,
they
it
hold
was
on. What I
not.
flow.
asked you is
This
what
guy,
happened?
And Mo Beasley, you contradicted yourself just now, Mo Beasley.
Anthony
You just
Edwards
got
had a
John,
whole
let
yourself.
it
season in
happen.
college. This
Let this
dude went to
happen.
G League.
Mo
Like, what are we talking about?
Let it happen.
Yeah, hell
You
no.
contradicted
What are
yourself,
we
dog.
talking about?
You
Hell
contradicted
no.
yourself just now.
Anthony Edwards was a consensus number one
Number
overall
one
pick
pick.
coming into Georgia. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
Jalen
hell
Green was
no.
number
Like, come
two.
on,
Nah, you
bro.
just
What
lowered
are we
Jalen
talking
Green's
about,
value even
John?
more, bro.
You up there
Hold
sucking
nah,
on,
on
we
that?
not
I don't know what
gonna.
you're
You
talking
just
about,
lowered his
man.
Let
value
me
down
let
even
me
more, bro. You
I'm saying
contradicted
though,
Y'all need to
yourself.
stop that mess. This dude was a
what I'm
phenom
saying
coming into
is,
Georgia.
Nah, we
This
not
dude could have
doing
came
that.
out of
We
high
not
school
doing
and been
that.
the number one overall pick. Y'all need to stop that,
bro.
man.
We
So
not
you not
doing that.
so
We
we
not
saying
doing that.
Jalen Green wasn't a phenom coming into the league?
No K was the consensus number one overall pick coming
So
in
now
Oklahoma
so
State,
now
Yo,
sir.
you
every
trying to
hold
downplay
on,
Jalen Green
every
Let Ellen go.
player,
Let
defensively.
hold
Ellen
on,
go. Let Ellen go.
every player. If you want to say Ant, even Cade this year, Ant, Cade, Luca, every player that's had their first playoff series balled out. They let the world know, hey yo, Paulo, first playoff series, averaged 27. Like what? Like
I
it's
mean,
just some niggas
but
that
LM,
Hold on,
how
hold on,
many
hold
of
on,
the,
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
how,
on. Let him go. Let him go.
Let
Let
him
him go.
finish.
it's
Go
just
ahead.
some
Let him
niggas
finish.
Yeah, he
that
played
it's just
Golden
some niggas
State.
that's built for it, bro. He took that Cleveland team to 7 games in his second year. You already
Bro,
knew, yo, he's one
That
of them
Cleveland
ones.
LM
team.
is
Yeah,
right.
Oh
one of them
my
ones.
Let him
God.
LM,
He's one
finish.
of
Let
them
him
ones.
That
finish,
nigga
bro.
LM,
Hold on,
crazy.
hold on,
Let
hold on,
him
hold on, hold
finish,
on, hold
LM,
on. Let
bro.
him finish.
Bro,
Let him
let
finish.
him
Let him
LM.
finish.
finish.
Let him
How
finish.
many
Let
of
him finish.
those
Let him
players
finish.
had to go up
Yo,
against
Green,
Steph in their first
yo,
in their
yo,
first
Hold on, hold
series,
on,
bro?
hold on, hold
Green,
on.
So
Let
let
him
him
finish.
I
Let him
finish,
get it.
finish.
man.
That don't
I
matter. Let
get
him
it, but
finish.
what I'm saying,
It don't matter. Let him
right?
finish.
It don't matter if it's Steph or whoever, bro. If you're a number one or
Steph
number
can't
two
play no
pick,
defense.
you're what a franchise franchise is expecting from you is, yo, you supposed to be that guy. You supposed to be the guy to elevate this franchise and team to another level.
Exactly.
The playoffs is where you are supposed to show that you can elevate a team to another
Exactly.
level. And all three of those players elevated their teams. Ant
And
has been a
that
consistent
goes to my point. Can I say this real quick?
player since he's been in the league.
I just don't think Jalen Green got the IQ. He's not there yet. When I look at all the other young players, the K's, the
I
Pollard,
agree.
they look like they're ahead of schedule. It looks
Cade
like
could-
Jalen Green
Cade
still
could the
trying to
Knicks
figure it
just
out.
in his first series. Like,
And I'm
what
not
are we
trying,
talking about?
bro. I promise you, I'm not trying. I'm not trying to be like on some dickhead shit where I'm just trying to bash the kid or like I'm a hater. I'm just being honest.
That's hey, no, I ain't tripping. It is
It
what it
doesn't
is.
look like
I'm
his
not saying
basketball IQ.
Jalen Green can bounce back. We're not saying he can't. Like, he can bounce back next year. He can go crazy in the playoffs. I'm just saying, like,
He not there
of
yet.
now, yeah, he not there yet.
There's nothing wrong with saying that, but my whole overarching point was it's
Don't
more
throw the bag on
factors
him.
than
Yeah,
just
don't throw
Jalen
the bag on
Green
him.
not showing up in his playoff series, bro. That's my
I
whole
get that.
thing.
That's true.
I get that. I get
He's
that.
one of the team's main
Absolutely, I agree with
stars. You
that.
got to give
Cam
him
Thomas
credit.
about to get a stack. Will we have that same issue? Will we have them same conversations about him if the Nets don't make the playoffs? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh man, if Cam, listen, Mo Beasley, listen. If Cam Thomas do this in the playoffs,
That's
Breezy gonna
funny.
be in here fighting for his life.
No,
What,
he
Let you
nigga?
ain't.
know.
You know the
He
fight
gonna
I'm
be
about to come
muting.
with this nigga with? You know the
He gonna
fight.
have that. He gonna bring that air
Breezy
horn.
gonna be swinging.
Green in the
Nigga, Breezy
playoffs,
gonna be swinging in the
Breezy is
air
gonna
like
be in
Cuba
here
Gooding
fighting
He
Jr.
for
gonna
his
bring that
Nigga,
life.
air horn.
he gonna be looking like Cuba Gooding Jr. Nigga, like swinging in
He
the air
gonna
and
ring the
boys in the
alarm. He
hood.
gonna ring that alarm sound.
And he's putting up 7 in the playoffs. Breezy, get this nigga the fuck off the team, yo.
No, I can't let you do that. This is
And you
first.
and you
This is his
already know,
first
and you
time.
already
He
know,
gonna say
bro.
this is
Up
his
here
first
we very
playoff series.
intolerant, bro.
He's the number 27 pick.
Damn,
This is
Breezy
first
dropping
playoff
it.
series. He's not supposed to be doing this.
Yo.
Yeah, but 27 ain't true
Yeah.
though. You can't say
All
that.
speculation.
Yeah.
All
You can't
I'm
speculation.
say
just
that.
saying. I'm
27
just
is
saying.
nowhere near
If
true.
Cam
I'm
first
just
playoff
saying.
series, he better ball out because niggas is gonna be
Check this
over here
out. I
falling.
still don't see Cam Thomas going to the playoffs scoring 9 points. I'm sorry, I
Me
can't see it.
neither. You
I
mean
can't
in
see
the
it.
quarter? You mean
Even if
9 points
y'all,
in the fourth
so
quarter?
my thing is like, what's the thing? So
And can perform
Cam
better when the
Thomas
lights
only
is
get
on.
Cam. The difference between Cam
Yeah,
Thomas and
okay.
Jalen Green is Cam Thomas only get graded by how many points he scores. Jalen Green gets
Cook,
graded by how many points he scores. What else he do? Can he play defense? They don't
Cook,
have those
That's not
same
true.
expectations
No,
for
that's
Cook.
not.
That's
Cam
not
Thomas.
true.
The
Yes, it
only
is.
And you
difference
can't
is
say
And
that
he's a
for
scorer.
stupid
athleticism.
people.
Yes,
No,
it
Breeze,
is.
the only
Hold on,
difference is
Hold on, hold
athleticism.
on.
That's it.
No, it's
So
not.
we got it.
No,
Hold
it's
on. We
not.
got to
Let
get.
him cook.
Hold on. Let me say this, Movies. That was true before Jody Fernandez was the head coach. Jody Fernandez wouldn't give Cam Thomas opportunities to be the offensive player that he is. Jody Fernandez calls his offensive skills a superpower. But that's neither here nor there. But my point is that he couldn't do none of that unless he started doing the other things. He made Cam Thomas be a better rebounder, a better defender, and a better playmaker. That's a fact.
How you make him a better rebounder?
Because he was
But do
enforcing
you
that.
think do
Like
you
he was
think Cam
scoring
Thomas
plenty
can
of
can
times,
can,
bro.
can stay healthy? Do you
Bro.
think Cam Thomas can stay healthy being a two-way player? Because that's another thing as well. Because we've seen Jalen Green being an Iron Man developing a two-way game.
Two-way playmaking
We
player. Two-way playmaking player. Two-way
so
playmaking
We'll
player.
find
that's
out next
because
season. We'll
Cam
find out
Thomas is
next
only used to
season.
scoring the basketball and not doing other things, and he's getting hurt and using his energy trying to do other things. Is that going to be a factor as well?
That's a fair
Because he
argument.
got to get on the court.
No, that's a fair, that's a valid point.
Some of that stuff he gotta show. You know what I mean? As a fan, I honestly know that he still gotta show that. If he's gonna be, I don't think he's gonna be a two-way player. I think he's gonna be a great offensive player and a decent defender. You know, I don't think he's going and because he does show effort, but at the end of the day, he's not going to guard Luka one-on-one. Like, don't expect him to do that shit. You
I
feel
don't
what I'm
expect
saying?
Jalen to do that either, but they are
No,
going
but
to
that's the
expect him to do it
situations
because he's
that.
going to be out there. That's what I'm
But that
saying.
was the
You can't
when
say
you.
my thing is you can't say somebody's best is better than somebody else's when the other person don't have the same expectations and he don't have to do the same stuff. You're not telling him to do the same stuff the other player doing on the floor.
True. Can I
Right,
say
but
this
listen,
though?
what I'm saying is the Rockets is not known for what Jalen Green does on the offensive side of the ball. They're known for defense. Y'all was in second place because of defense. Y'all,
Make his ass play
where
defense.
y'all was at, like
He
y'all was
had to
number
buy
two.
in.
Y'all was like number 2 in defense, right? So my thing is, okay, that's in my opinion more contributed to Ime Udoka.
Yeah,
right?
because he
Not
had to break his
necessarily.
game down. He had to break when you breaking somebody game down and rebuilding that game. Of course, it's gonna take time to develop. Of course, it's gonna take time
Okay,
to
so all
get
right,
things
so
done and get things
that's what
together.
I'm.
Y'all not doing
Okay,
that with Cam Thomas. Y'all not
no,
breaking
no,
Cam Thomas game down and making him start all the way over from scratch.
They
bro,
got ministers over there,
no.
man. Amen.
No,
Amen.
no, they let him
Dylan.
still score the ball, but they still asked him to play make. They asked him to do that. He did that. They asked him to catch and shoot, not just score off the dribble. They showed the stat between him scoring off ball and on ball. They wanted him to be more off ball, or take less dribbles and develop a catch and shoot. So in the league, since he got here, being developed as a player, he developed the catch and shoot. He didn't have that at three ball. He wasn't a 3-point shooter coming into the league. He developed that. He developed with Jordy, and it took a while for him to make the turn and make defense something he got better at. And that came with effort and rebounding and playmaking. That came with Jordy Fernandez was the coach. So yeah, player development do take time. I give you that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I just think it's disappointing in that playoff series. Like you want him
No,
to
it was disappointing, and my thing is I can put everything together and say yeah that's disappointing, but at the same time, Shingun, you got to make those free throws. I mean, you got to make coach. You got to play Jabari more than 12 minutes in that game seven, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of other
but
stuff
say
that's
why?
going
What
on.
about
Dylan
What
Brooks,
about
you got to stop the goofy shit. You see what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of
But he a
other.
goofy.
Yeah, but
So
that's what I'm saying.
He's
That's what I'm
goofy.
saying.
Mo
Yeah,
Beasley
he is.
though.
He is. But
Mo Beasley.
it's a
if
whole
you
bunch of
tell a
other
goofy to
factors.
stop being goofy, what is he?
Mo
Yeah, he's
Beasley.
one of the worst villains ever,
Mo
man. He
Beasley,
doesn't
Come
Mo
on,
deserve
man.
Beasley.
that tagline.
Here's the main factor though, right? You guys lost because you weren't scoring buckets,
That's
we
and
gonna
right.
go to Giannis? We gotta go to Giannis.
your number one option was laying single digits in the playoffs.
But I mean, that was their problem the whole season, though. Their offense was kind of like I
Right,
know.
but they wasn't scoring in the half court. Like they didn't have that half court. Jalen Green is supposed to be their best half court
So
scorer.
is it safe
Yeah,
to say if
yeah.
Jalen Green scores more, has more scoring production, that y'all might win that series?
I said they winning
Yes,
five.
yes. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
I
lie.
said
This
they
is my
winning five.
last year. This is my last year with him, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. I want to see how he bounced back from this bad playoff series, but after this one, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm trying to because me, I try to give players as much grace as I can before I just be like, nah, I'm good on them.
Right.
But this right here is gonna show me everything I need to see, bro. You didn't got outed in front of the whole world, bro. What you gonna do? So
I hope
at
he
the end
bounced
of the
back, man. I hope he
to
bounced
kill it
back, Mo Beasley.
to kill that
I gotta give
subject,
you
you know what
that.
I'm saying? Because I want to talk about the Nets and stuff too. Because you know what I'm saying, I got some money 2027, you know what I'm saying? So I need to check on my investment. So I need to see what y'all got
2027?
going on.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Let's make a pivot. Let's make a little pivot real quick.
Yeah, make a little pivot.
We
I need to check on my investments for
Wait, what you got?
2027,
What you
man.
got on the Nets in 2027?
Let's
Yeah,
talk
I
about
got
the
that.
first round draft pick.
Yeah, we got that swap with y'all in 2027 still, man. Even with
Oh,
yeah.
that Phoenix pick, man. So I
Yeah.
need to check on what y'all got
Bro,
going
that's
on over
early. It's
there.
too early for that. That's
We'll
2 years
probably
from
trade
now.
that for Kevin Durant this summer, probably.
But real quick,
Nah,
real quick, let's make the pivot because we've been cooking on the Rockets for a little minute now. Let's make a quick pivot
Yo,
right now.
I wanted to talk about the Nets, bro. I wanted to talk
Go
about
ahead,
these
Joey.
two centers. Man, I've been watching tape on the kid Renaud. What's his name? The French kid from
Maxime
Stanford.
Renaud.
Yeah.
Maxime
Him
Renaud.
and
Kid's
the
incredible.
Australian kid Rocco, man.
yeah,
They
can I
Rocco's
look
the
ask y'all?
best.
Can I
they
ask you
look
guys a question?
Well, they went
This
all
is
the way to
pertaining to the draft.
Australia to see Rocco. I remember that.
Go ahead, Mo. Go ahead.
I got a dream scenario. I need a center at 10, right? But y'all are in front of us at 8. So I need y'all to pick between Jeremiah Fears, Derek Queen, Kaman Maluak. And I need y'all to take Fears at 8 so I can have my center at 10. Because I know Toronto gonna take Maluak and we're gonna have to get Queen. So
Oh,
hopefully y'all take
if we
Fears
if
I
at
we
don't
eight.
if
know if Spears
Mollywalk on
gonna
the
be
board, we
there.
take a Mollywalk.
I don't
how
I
know
think
if
we're
often?
Spears
taking
gonna be there.
Mallywalk,
Hold
man.
on,
I
let
think we're
John
taking
rebuttal
Mallywalk.
that. Let John and Mo. What you saying, John?
I think we should take Maliwak because you look at the measurements. He is definitely blowing away a lot of the prospects. He looks like a legit center of the future. We need a big. We got to get rid of Claxton. Maybe bring back Dayron. A Maliwak and Dayron combo was pretty good. I like everything about Fears. Exciting prospect, a bucket scorer. But when his height came out at 6'2", that backcourt, him and Thomas, man, a lot of worries there, man. At least with Maliwak, we don't have to worry about his deficiencies because he's a really great defender. So if we have Maliwak with the 8th pick, I'm fine with that. I don't mind working backwards to go forwards because there are other point guards we can get in this draft. And Yegor Demon, his stock is rising as we speak right now. If we get Maliwak, I'm trading up for Yegor Demon. Cam Johnson, Knicks picks, I don't give a crap. If we get Yegor Demon and Maliwak, we cooking on draft night, man. We rewriting.
Hold up.
Where's
Queen
the dream
going to
reaper? Don't
Washington.
say
I
that.
want Carter Bryant on
Don't
the
say the
team,
popping
man.
out this motherfucker, yo.
One mic, guys.
Wait a minute.
Nigga,
Wait a
Let the
minute.
dirt
Wait
bait a
a
fucking
second.
talk.
Hold on.
Leave
Yo,
Nahan
Jay,
Malawak.
give me the
Talk
fucking
about
music, my nigga.
No.
Give me the fucking music.
No. This ain't
I
about
knew it.
Malawak. How come Yegor name now coming up when I was talking about him months ago?
I was talking about him
He
months
doing
ago.
good in the
Leave me
combine
alone,
now.
guy.
Leaf is
Everybody
doing
was
good
talking
in the
about him months
combine.
ago, and
That's
he
why.
I was
draft
talking
stock
about him
I was
dropped.
talking
yesterday.
about, bro, getting him months ago.
Yeah,
Give
but
me the floor.
he
Give me the
And
was.
dirt bait
nobody
metaphor.
said that I wasn't because I got
Yeah,
footage to prove it.
but you wasn't the only
Floor, my
one.
nigga.
Maybe I want Zachy and his theology.
Time out. Please let us just have the conversation about Yegor. And if I had this remember from recent memory to say who I heard it first, it was Leaf. I'm not fitting the debate, y'all, because I don't want to get into who, you know what I'm saying, was actually the first one that said it. I just want to talk about how Yegor makes sense for the Brooklyn Nets. I want to get to that part, please.
Yeah, you want me to explain that a little bit? Listen, I think the 6'8" height, which came out exactly, which was a great plus. I think playmaking vision is so important. I think he's a great counterbalance for Cam Thomas, whereas with Fears and Thomas, I think defensively is a little worry there. Offensively will be fine. But with Yegor, he can find Thomas's spots all up and down the court, and he can pass. And I think for him, if Jordy can unlock his offensive identity, I think you have a really good prospect there in Yegor Demon, and you want to get big at point guard and center. I think if you surround Thomas with bigger body plegers next year, we're going to be a lot more competitive than just trying to stay in games. We
So
might actually give a few
Hold on,
teams.
can I just
He might be
say
six
something
Where
ten
will we
about
get
that?
Yegor? What pick will we get Yegor at?
He's
ten.
trying to move up.
Yeah, move up. Like we
Can I,
trade. Like let's
can
say
I
this.
say
Let's
something
say this.
about that though?
Wait, guys. Let's say the Spurs are OKC again, and we can trade Johnson and one of our picks for Yegor and one of their picks. We can do something like that on draft
Here's
night.
my thing. Here's what I don't like about it. I love the idea of Yegor and Maliwat. Would be ecstatic to have him. My thing is, if we do that, we waste our other picks and we can't pick a wing. We can't go after a guy like Rasheer Fleming. Yeah, we
I don't
got our
think we're
point
going to get
guard.
Richard Fleming.
We got our big man, but now we can't pick a wing.
I mean, but outside of the wings that we
That's
wanted,
who.
bro, it's looking
We
like we
got
about
some
to.
You said
wins.
what? If we're gonna take those picks and move up, they're going bye-bye.
Yeah, I know that, but outside of the wings that we wanted in this draft, bro, even in from 1 through 20, like it seemed like we gonna break a bag, man, for somebody in free agency, bro. Kaminga and Nas Reed is connected to us, bro.
Right.
It is
Good
what it
point,
is,
man.
bro. Like we
Hey,
gotta
I
I
pay
mean,
know one
somebody.
fucking
you can
Kaminga,
still
bro.
get Carter
I
Bryant.
There's
mean,
If
nothing
you
I'm
want
not
to.
high on Kaminga neither, but we gotta pay somebody.
Joey, we have to
Y'all gonna have
focus
to do
on
what we did.
Operation Survival Mode.
You see,
I
we
listen.
had to pay Dylan
We
Brooks
gotta pay
shit.
somebody. We
Wait,
we
can
put
I
in a position where we gotta pay somebody we don't really want, bro, and we have the money to pay him,
wait?
bro.
Can I
That's
just
Yeah,
what
say
I
got
know
to do
this?
to
y'all want
Brooklyn,
Nas
bro.
Reed.
Can I
I
just
know
say
I
this?
know a lot of niggas up in here want Nas Reed, but Kaminga, I'm
I
not high on.
listen.
And
I have a
Golden State is gonna try to get that sign and trade with Kaminga, so y'all gonna have to throw him a max bag and make them go away.
listen
Max
at
Bag
this.
is
I
crazy
ain't
work.
with that, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Listen
Giving
at this.
Kaminga a Max Bag is crazy work, bro.
Golden State is gonna try to get a sign and trade with y'all. They're not letting them go for nothing.
Okay,
They're gonna try to
let me
What?
ask
engage.
you this,
I mean,
John.
they probably
John, let
gonna
me ask you
entertain.
this
They
about
probably
your
gonna
scenario.
entertain other
What?
teams
Hold on, let
too,
me
not
ask
just
John
us.
something real quick. John, what if Molly Walker's off the board? Then
Then
what
you
you do?
go. Then you go with Fears, and if Fears off the board, guess what? Might have to go with Con Knipple, which I know everybody hates, but
Okay,
listen,
so
I
someone
ain't
might
so
gonna
want
that
to do
hold you.
means
something
I
like
want
that.
Igor
Carter
Dominguez.
Bryant at
So
8.
that means
Lucky
Igor
Iceman
Dominguez.
not here.
I
Hold
Iceman,
want
on,
Carter
let me
Bryant at
just say
8.
this.
I ain't gonna hold
Hold
you.
on,
That
Iceman
man
would have
nigga.
been like
hey,
fears or nothing, man. What's going
hold
Yo,
on.
on?
So that means
seriously.
John.
I
So
said
that
I
means
made a link.
so
Go ahead,
John.
Jay.
That
I
means
mean,
you
I'm going
pivot to
Carter Bryant.
fears. That means you just pivot to fears and you don't use your picks to trade up. That's what you're saying.
I am open to anything that gets us to win. Listen, I said this to a few people. I am done with the tank cap. I've put that away. I will get any piece we can in this draft and free agency to be in a playing tournament next year. Tanking will get us nowhere. This organization doesn't have the balls to do it. So I'm up for any piece that gets us closer to being a legit team again. Whether we have to crawl that way or work our way up, man. Get Fears, get Maliwak, get Jaeger, Carter Bryant, Ellen just mentioned. Get him, get either of these guys. Let us build a team the right way, man. But I'm done with trying to just lose games on purpose because there's no point of it.
But
So,
you
so
can't do
is
that
it safe
though.
to say
Listen,
if Molly Wack is still on the hold on, if Molly Wack is still on the board, you take him at
John has
8.
been delivered.
If he's not on the
Nah,
board,
man, I woke
if
up.
he's not on the board and Fears is on the board,
That's
you
what the
go with
deliverance
Fears.
is, man.
But
It's
Molly Wack
a
is the first
you wake
target,
up.
right?
Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say again, Joey?
I said you hope to get Molly Wack. That's the first target you
I hope
hope
to
to get
get
at 8.
Fierce, man.
If
I
he's
don't give a
not
shit about
there,
no mollywop.
Oh man, Leaf, you're really not in tune with this
Both
stuff.
of them can be gone by the time we get to 8. Like,
Well,
it,
here's
How
it.
the, how the,
Well, Joey,
we
here's
was,
the.
whatever happened to the people that we was
Wait,
talking
wait,
about
wait,
most of
Leaf.
the
Can I talk to
year
Joey for a second? Leaf,
outside of
wait.
5?
Wait, well, here's
yeah,
the.
because
Wait, wait,
We was
can I
focused
answer
on
Joey?
Fierce and Queen.
we had high,
Mollywop wasn't on our list.
Did you
bro.
see Mollywock's
If
measurements? The
we
dude's a
actually
legit
had,
censor. Come on, Leaf.
He was on my
actually
list.
bottomed out, it probably would have been at 4, 5, or 6 to get these
I
dudes.
told y'all
so
ever since them South
I
Sudan
say
never
this
games.
real
heard
quick?
Mollywop up
Yo,
in here, bro, into the combine.
yo, wait, Leaf, don't do that.
Let Breeze go. Let Breeze
Let me
go.
run point
Let
real
Breeze
I'm
quick.
go.
tired of people saying we can't get Fears and we get all these people.
Right.
Is it safe to say?
Let
Hold
Breeze
on,
go.
real quick.
Let
Is it
Breeze
safe to
go.
say the
Let Breeze
top
go.
5 is
Bro,
locked?
let Breeze
Let Breeze go.
go.
Let Breeze go.
Let me
Real quick,
run
Joey.
point real quick, bro. Again, I heard about Malawak from Jay. Again, I didn't realize, and I knew about him through Dylan because he's a fan of Duke. Now, I'm saying that to say, yeah, I did hear about him. Just not everybody was high on him. Everybody, Cooper Flag got more of the attention, obviously, right? Now, I'm saying that to say, yeah, I did hear about him, and I did see his stats, when they would play. And does he make sense for the Brooklyn Nets? Yes. Does he make more sense for the Brooklyn Nets versus Fans? I think it's debate worthy. You know what I'm saying? I think Nets fans should be debating this. I'm not gonna lie to you. Do we want to help the Rockets out and like not take Malawak just so they could get him? No. You know what I'm saying? We not here to help the Rockets and no shit
You
like
better
that.
give us Ken Whitmore more
We
beats if you
already
want to
gave
do a
y'all a
play with us,
coach. Y'all
bro.
should
You
be
Y'all
gotta
not
give
happy
us
gonna
with
have
Ken
that.
no
We
Whitmore
can't
when
be
we
choice.
talking
helping
about this
ourselves.
dude.
Y'all
I'm
not gonna
saying,
have no choice because
get
they
in real
both gonna
quick?
be sitting there at 8. That's my
Can I
whole
get the
scenario.
floor real
We
quick?
don't know that though.
We
Can I
probably
get the
do
floor
have
real
to
Said
quick?
take,
Real
it's a
quick. Let me.
but no,
scenario.
that's what
That's
I'm
why I
saying.
said that.
We probably do have to take Fizz over Malawak. Now I agree with John, but that's why I asked him what pick
I
we
would.
supposed to get
I
Yago
just
with.
said it was scenario. That's it. It wasn't
Here's my
nothing.
thing though.
Bears
Can I
can
say this real
fold it.
quick,
I'm
guys?
just
Right, your
saying New
Why
scenario
Orleans might
makes
be
why
sense.
looking
does
at it.
Mo Beasley.
why does everybody keep saying that we ain't got a chance at Molly Watt? We ain't got a chance at Fears. We ain't got a chance
We
at Queen.
do.
When
I
you
never
look
said
Well,
at
that.
the
wait, Joey,
top five,
I don't
Joey,
hold
agree
on,
with that.
let me finish.
Right,
When
what?
you
go
look
ahead.
at the top five, is it safe to say the top five is already fucking locked? That's
No,
No,
it's not.
Cooper.
No, it's not. It's
no,
not locked.
Yeah, it
no,
is.
it's
Look
not
at
Listen,
locked.
for the most
top
Yeah,
part,
four
come
it's
lock.
on.
Dylan,
Yo,
Top
this
four
is
Dylan,
lock.
why y'all
can I
crazy,
finish?
bro. Because I asked y'all that in fucking like
God damn, I
October
just
or
trying to finish my
January.
take,
In
bruh.
January, y'all said the
Jesus
top 5 was
Christ.
locked, and now
For
y'all
the
hold
telling
most
on.
him the
Let
part,
Joey
top 5
finish,
not
He
man.
locked
said
now.
top 3 was
for the
Joey
locked.
most part,
finish.
That was
the top
before the
five is
draft
locked. You
lottery,
got
dude.
Cooper, you got
Let
Ace, you got Dylan, you got VJ, you got Trey. For the most part, that's your fucking top five, unless something else miraculously
I
happens.
agree.
There's only 2 other spots after that before we fucking pick. So how are we not getting Fears, Mollywop,
Because
or
New
Or
Queen?
Orleans could
Queen.
take
I say
him.
that to say
New
this.
Orleans
You
could
We
know,
take
getting one of
him.
them
watch.
motherfuckers.
Wait,
We
Joey, you know
getting one
what?
of them.
New
Joey,
Orleans
Math
could
ain't
take
Washington.
mathing.
him.
Wait, Joey, Washington worked out Jeremiah Fears. Was it just Brooklyn
Right,
that worked him
Washington
out?
and New Orleans
Washington
could
too.
take
Okay
They might
then.
have
him.
realized that
I'm
for
Named
not
3
saying.
years.
players, not
Listen to
one
what I'm
player. He
saying.
just said
Listen
it's
to what I'm
5
saying,
spots
John.
and
it's
3
five
other
I'm
players.
not
players.
saying we're
It's
getting
three other
a
players. Two of
particular
the five
player.
players.
What I'm saying is
Yeah,
Y'all
between
don't be
Fears,
listening.
yeah.
Mollywop, and
Let
Queen,
Joey cook
we
up.
are getting one of them.
Yeah.
We don't know that.
We don't
Everybody
know
keeps saying
that.
No,
that.
no,
Come
no.
We
We
on.
don't know
I
that.
just said
Listen.
it was a scenario.
Okay, let me rephrase. Let me rephrase what I'm saying. We can get one of them based off
Yes,
of the
thank you.
numbers. We
Yes,
can get
you
one. It's
can.
not
Oh
Yes,
my
far fetched.
God, man! One word,
So
it's a
that was my
possibility.
whole
Yes.
question.
Yo, these
It's
That
not
was
fucking
my
far
question.
fetched, bruh.
one
And
word,
I
man.
thank you. Thank you.
Y'all
I'm
just be
glad.
wanting to argue just to argue, bro.
No, I
Yo,
asked
it's
a
not
simple
about
question.
it's just, yo, it's the fact. This is what you get when you get 8. Now niggas don't have you have to consider possibility that you might not get one of these niggas because the other organizations
No, that's what
won't
they
give
Ah,
you
did
the
with
thank
Listen
you,
to what he
Shorty.
LM. Thank
LM.
That's not a
you.
choice. That's
It's
Thank
not a
simple
choice.
you.
math, bruh.
That's not. It's not.
It's
That's not
It's
a
simple
not
choice.
math.
simple
I
math.
just
It's
Thank
named
simple
you.
math
five.
when it
I
comes to
just
Hold
the
on,
named
y'all.
8 players
to the
No,
for
hold
you.
bro.
on.
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
Wait.
Let me
Hold on, y'all.
Can I say one
Hold
thing
on.
before you go, Breeze?
Hold on.
I've been saying for months. Y'all keep saying 15 to 17 players is about to go top 10. Everybody can't go top 10.
Thank you, Jay.
So if he's saying,
That's not the issue,
yeah,
Jay.
hold on, wait, let me finish. Y'all been telling me for months that the top 5 been locked. Ain't nobody gonna move. It's stuck.
We said
This
the
is the
top
season.
3
That's the
is
top
locked.
talent. Hold on, wait. The top talent. That's who they is. So if it's those top 3 or that top 5, which y'all saying, because I heard you, Ellen, top 3, then it's still all. If it's 5 spots and it's 3 more players left, we at 8. We can get one of them.
Thank you, Jay. That's my
Bro,
whole
Like
can I
point.
that's what
can I be
That's
Joey
just
all
said.
I'm
explain?
saying.
Let
Right.
me just
Right.
So
Hold on.
explain.
good.
Hold
All
on.
right,
Hold on.
look, hold on. I'm saying
Go ahead.
at 3, right? Philly is eyeing Edgecombe. Edgecombe could be at 3 for Philly,
All
which
right. So
means
then
Ace could
that
hold
means
on,
Ace
which
is
means
still going.
but hold on, listen what I'm saying. I get that. I'm not arguing that. What I'm saying is VJ can be 3. I've heard a possibility where Charlotte might be off Ace. We could probably talk with Charlotte to move up to 4. That's what I'm potentially hearing.
Right.
So if
Right.
But none of
that's
that
Hold on.
matters
Hold on.
because none of them are
Hold
going
on.
to
Yeah, because
drop to
that's
8.
even
Right.
better than
but
So it
Joey's
look,
don't
but hold
scenario.
on,
matter.
but look what I'm saying though. I'm talking about past VJ, past Trey. Cool. Fears might go to Utah. Malawak might go to New
They are
Orleans.
Right.
picking
Hold on.
Okay,
Hold
and
on.
we
Hold
Manipul
get
on.
Like
Hold
Queen.
on.
over the other
they
Hold on,
white
could
y'all.
boy.
go. They
Hold on.
could.
Can I?
What if
Can I?
who's to say
Hold
Utah
on.
don't make a switch and be like, yo, we off Walker Kessler. Let's get Malawak. Trade this nigga. Like
Yo,
Hold
this,
on, y'all.
there's
Just
different
think
All right.
about
Hold
this
on.
scenarios
for
that
a
Hold
could
on.
second.
take
What
Hold
picking
I
on.
place.
said.
Kasparis
Hold on.
or
I said.
fucking the nipple.
Hold on.
I
Hold on. Can
said
I go?
between.
Can I? Can I go?
Yes,
Can
go
I?
ahead. Let Breeze go.
Hold on. But I'm trying to read this to get to where y'all at, right? So Ron Harper, Dylan Harper's father, he says, I love all these NBA GMs on Twitter, but like I keep telling everyone until June 25th, you know what I'm saying? Um, just shout out to my mom. That's my mom's birthday. And a team called Dylan Harper named he's not on the team. Enjoy dreaming. Now, what I will say is this. Yeah, all of y'all make sense. Even Dylan Harper's father, Ron Harper, saying some of the sort of the same thing. Like y'all don't know how this is fitting to play out. They know we only know because of LA and that whole scenario of you know what I'm saying, Luka and Cooper. We all know what it is with that. But outside of that, even with last year, there was a mix up. And Leaf would say, oh, he only went there because the first pick didn't want to go to the other team. Maybe this is what Ron Harper is saying too. Maybe
Right.
my son don't want to go to that team that might have, you know what I mean? And maybe Ron Harper got some pull. Like maybe some people got more pull than others. Maybe Ron Harper got more pull than Lonzo Ball, father. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that to say some of the politics might be in it because of who's who.
I
And because of it, we don't know. I'm saying all that to say players could slip, and we don't really know who is going to be available at 8. We
That's
might come
facts.
out and
I
get a great player.
But if
Like
somebody slipped, that helps us if somebody slips.
Right.
that's what I'm
I
That's
just
saying.
want to
if.
say
That's if this
I
slip.
That's
just want to
best
say
case
one.
scenario.
I just want to say one thing, bro, before we move on, bro. I thought I just assumed after the draft lottery that Nets fans, bro, was gonna be okay with just waiting to the 25th, but it seemed like we more speedy to we figured like we gonna get this shit done tomorrow. And we've been doing the same shit all damn season, bro. Even before the draft lottery, bro. Like I'm like, it's nobody that really wants to wait to June 25th. That's too long for the for Nets fans right now. It's way too long. We still in May, and we still are talking about Malawak. We still talking about Malawak was not being mentioned up in this party until the draft lottery came out.
That's a
He
lie.
wasn't.
Did
That's
you
not
see
That's a
true.
his
lie.
It's
measurements?
He
not
He
true.
was
was
not.
He talking
He
built
about
was
like
he
not.
a
wasn't.
He
He
was
wasn't
rocket
not
mentioned.
being
We
Wait,
ship.
mentioned.
just
wait, wait.
talking
He was
Leave.
about
not
it.
You
being
gotta-
mentioned.
Leave. Leaf, don't act like I wasn't telling
He
y'all
was
about
talking
him
about Leaf.
last
He was
summer
talking about
during the
Malachi.
Olympics when I was
I
talking
think.
about the point guard and the sender on South
Right.
So
End.
Exactly.
can I
And
say
He
then
talked
this?
during
about
the
him
I,
when he was
season,
in
can I,
the
when I was
Olympics.
talking about the fact that we need a 7-foot dude on this
right.
team.
He was
Right.
talked about. Can I say this? He
But
was
before
talked about,
I'm not
but we
gonna
were
bring it
talking
up
about
every night
Queen
how you
more.
be bringing up fucking Fat Edie, but I said it.
Hold up,
But
Jay.
Yo.
Can I
but
say
hold
this?
up. But
He
before the draft lottery, bro, like we was all set that we was getting a top 5 pick minimum. We
Of
was
course.
all
no
set
no
up in
no
That's
that
what
leave
we
answer.
leave
want.
So
Of
leave.
course,
Hold
you
on,
want to
hold
hope
Malawak,
for
on.
the best,
Malawak,
but you got to
'Cause
prepare
that's
for
what
the
we
worst.
wanted.
yeah,
Telling me.
but what I'm saying is basically you basically saying everything I'm saying, bro, but in a different way. Malawak, bro, like became a topic of discussion after the draft lottery came
But you
out.
So
gotta
Before the
adjust
draft
when you
You
get
lottery
know
hold on,
came
hold on,
why?
out,
hold on.
bro,
Leaf, Leaf,
we
Agree
didn't
with you
bother
on that,
looking at
but
him
you
Leaf.
gotta
because we
Leaf.
was
adjust
looking
when
at
you
wait,
get
wait,
prospects
wait,
picked.
I
Leaf.
agree
of
with you
different
about
niggas.
that,
Wait.
Leaf. But we have talked about Molly Watt, but we haven't talked about him as much. We were talking about Derek Queen more. That's a fact. We
Thank
were
Leaf,
talking
you,
about Queen, but we have
thank
brought
you,
up Molly
Joey.
Watt in
Thank you,
Leaf,
discussion.
Joey.
Leaf. You
Thank you,
know why
Joey.
the Leaf?
Malawak was always projected to be a lottery pick anyway, bro.
Wait,
It's not
wait,
about who was
Leaf.
So
You
picked
was
know,
so
Derek
fucking
wait,
Queen.
long.
Leaf. You know why the opinions change? You look at the draft combine, the measurements, Aaron Chase. Look at Ace Bailey. Everybody thought he was 6'10". He's 6'7". Now how much of the opinions changed on that guy even more than already has? And you look at
7
Colin
barefoot.
Walker, everybody looks like, damn, that guy's legit breakouts. Yes, people's opinions have changed since the draft lottery
They have
because now
changed.
you get to
They
see
have
who really
changed.
is measuring up
No,
against
they have
who.
changed since the combine. The combine.
Yes, and that's honestly, that's not bad.
Yeah,
It's
but
honest.
Igor,
Right
Ace
there.
Bailey
Igor,
is still growing though.
He's
Yegor's
six,
stock has
He's
risen
still a
since the
kid.
he's
combine.
6'7"
That's a fact.
barefoot. He's still 6'9", bro. He's
And
You know,
6'9"
he's
and
out
still
there.
and
and he's
and
still
and
growing.
Derek Queen, we're all high on Derek Queen, but he's been doing bad in his combines. I heard he was
That's a
lacks
fact. That's a
athleticism.
fact, John.
He did a lot of bad. He did underwhelming. I heard.
Kaman is
I like the
performing
guy,
better
but
than
I
Queen
don't think when
at
you go
the
after him, he's
combine right now.
underwhelming.
Kaman is
Bro,
performing
this
better
this
than
this
Queen
ain't
at
the
the combine right
NFL,
now.
bro. Like we ain't judging people off the combine,
Oh, come
bro.
So
on,
LL,
Leaf.
LL, let me ask
What do you
LL
mean,
this.
We
Leaf?
we
Not
have
judging
never
people off the
done that.
combine?
We
That's
have
what you.
never
If
done
Queen
that,
did
bro.
good or not?
You
Kevin
saying
Come on.
Kevin
Queen never
Durant
done that?
still went number
Queen
two, and he
always
couldn't
done
bench press,
that.
and he couldn't do a bench press, bro. Come
Okay,
on,
Leaf. Have
stop,
Look
fun
stop,
with
at
stop
Con
Tibbs.
this.
Connect.
Look at
Well,
Tibbs.
okay, Leaf. Have fun with Con Knipple then, if that's what you want to be. All right.
Oh boy, stop.
Con Kneppel. When did I never said, bro? What are you talking about? Gee,
No, Leaf.
y'all just think y'all just go
Nobody
completely
said
left when I
Continental, John.
say shit.
Stop spreading
Yo,
rumors. Nobody
yo.
want
So
Continental.
Well,
I
that's
know
what
Stop
I
Sean
know
spreading
he
Marks is
rumors.
left
going to
when I
draft
Hold on,
say
if they
wait.
don't
shit,
want
can
bro.
I
Colin
say
I
something
said a
Mallywalk of
about?
all
fact, bro,
people.
and
Can I say
everybody
something
talking
about
about
Stop
how they
Molly?
spreading that
maneuver it.
rumor on this
Can I say
page.
something about Molly
What?
Nobody,
Watt?
nobody
Hold on.
don't
Can
want
I
to
ask a
give you
question? Because
Continental
I
on
got a
this
question for
page.
y'all. Because y'all keep shitting on Derek Queen, what he did at the combine, and how
Nah,
much
not
he
me.
can lift, and how, his athleticism and shit. But y'all was comparing him to Joker and Sengun. What did they do at the combine? They probably ain't the most athletic motherfuckers
That's a
either.
fact.
But it's
That's a
still
fact.
what they do on the court. So
Thank
if
You
you.
you
That's a
guys,
saying
fact.
his comp is Joker, and then he's not that
So
athletic at the combine, that makes sense to me.
right. I want to bring it back to
Other
Molly Watt
teams that may
though.
be
I
an
want to bring
elder.
it back to Molly Watt because everybody acting like it's impossible for us to get Molly Watt. When you look at the playing field of the teams that's picking and what they need, listen, Molly Watt is probably going to go 5 or lower. Why the fuck is with Washington picking when they got Alex Sarr?
They could put Sar at the 4.
What? They not putting
oh,
Sarr at the 4.
They
Nah,
could
they
put
are
Sar
Listen,
putting
at
they
the
are putting
listen.
four.
Saw at the four because Saw
If they
wants to
gonna
play the
pick a
four.
big
Sar
man,
wants to play the
hold on real
Saw
4.
quick.
wants
If
to
they
play
gonna
the
pick a
four.
big
That's
man, they gonna pick Derek Queen. Derek Queen can
Yo,
play it along
Joe,
Sar.
hold on, Joey, hold on.
And
Sar
Derek
is
Queen is
hold
from
on.
Baltimore. He's gonna go to
Sar,
Washington
Exactly.
probably.
hold on. Sar has the offensive capabilities of playing the 4. He's a 7-footer who moves like a guard. He's one of them Shet Wemby type motherfuckers. If
Hold
you
on,
get
y'all.
Kaman, you can
Yeah.
put Kaman at the 4, at the 5, let him man the inside, and let Sar do what he do on the perimeter. It could
But
work. I'm not
but
saying
they
he's going
need
to
a
go to
guard more than
Washington,
they need a
but
4.
Hold on,
we
hold
don't
on,
know
y'all.
when to
Hold
go They
don't
Yeah,
need a
but that's
guard.
my
They got
point.
Bud
We don't know,
Carrington.
but y'all swear up and down that
They
We're
got
not
Bub
Antetokounmpo
saying
gonna
it's
be
Carrington.
there.
They don't need a
impossible. He can't
guard.
play to us.
Hold on,
We're
y'all.
just saying that teams and organizations look at these players too. That's it. We're not
Right,
saying it's
hold on.
impossible. They're not gonna go to Brooklyn,
Right.
but
No,
they
hold
look
on,
at
y'all.
these players too.
Right. Hold on. On that note, we got an article. You know what I'm saying how the Brooklyn Nets is looking into Jeremiah Fitz. You know, this is an article by Eric Slater. This happened today, actually, May 15th. He came out with this article earlier and said Nets eyeing point guard Jeremiah Fitz with number 8th pick. Now, if you know who Eric Slater is, he you know what I mean. He do a great job in the regular season, following the Nets in the post game and stuff like that. So you know, uh, okay, let me see. It says the Brooklyn Nets will have their choice of several top prospects with the number 8 pick in the 2025 draft. Among the players they're eyeing is Oklahoma point guard Jeremiah Fizz, the young floor general, ranked number 5 in ESPN's draft rankings, met with and worked out for the Nets at the draft combine in Chicago. Okay, that's good to know. The conversations were great. Fans told Clutch Points with a smile. They were just telling me how I could fit within their system and be a. Sound like something Jordy Fernandez said. They were just telling me how I could fit within their system and be an overall good piece for them. Playing in New York City is not a bad idea. I actually like New York a little bit. All right. So this is him saying that the audio is low a lot of times, so I'll just skip that part. I want to get to the reaction from the other Nets fans. You'll get my reaction, then you'll get the other Nets fans' reaction. Shout to the chat, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Just continue. Hold on, I got you, Easy. We can go to you next. Hold on. I just want to finish the article. That's all.
Go ahead.
He says, Fairs flashed star potential during his freshman season at Oklahoma, averaging 17.1 points and 4.1 assists per game. He did so despite being one of college basketball's youngest players. The Illinois native turned 18 in October and would have been a senior in high school this past season had he not reclassified last summer. I said a lot of this. Um, Jeremiah Fizz, a dynamic scorer who uses a tight handle and lead change of direction to separate from defenders. At his tough shot making and playmaking ability, and he boasts significant long-term upside as a lead handler. Um, the point guard emulates traits from his three favorite players, Kyrie Irving, Stephen Curry, and Anthony Edwards. I kind of mold my game after Kyrie Irving. This is Jeremiah Fair saying this. I kind of mold my game after Kyrie Irving, just the way he's able to get to his spots and rise up. You can't stop Kyrie from getting to his spots, Fair said. The way Curry moves off the ball and wins, and Ant-Man, because of his mentality. He fears nobody, and he goes at everybody he steps on the court against. I like this kid, man. Go ahead, Easy. Talk to us, bro. What's the story?
Nah, I ain't got nothing to say, bro. You already know me. I'm a bullshit. But can you just put my comment up real quick, bro? Just put my comment up real quick.
Wait, what? What?
He said freaky ass frogs out here. I don't know who he talking about.
Easy, what the fuck you
I
talking
think he
about?
talked about whoever he was talking about in the chat.
Yeah, in the private chat.
I was like, damn, he told dude that. What happened?
Yeah,
Whoa.
listen, I'm low key, because dude flashed the whole Frank on my screen. I kind of screen
Yo.
everybody that be in the chat.
Oh
Yes,
no.
pause, man. Come on.
No, I'm serious. After that, it changed my life.
Man,
It changed
see,
my podcast life.
yeah. All right, bro.
Here we go.
I'm not even going back and forth with nobody,
A
bro.
late
Like
night
that. Yeah,
breezy
that's on that
special,
time, bro.
man.
Yeah, we
Hey,
we
yo.
moving on, bro. We back to
Let's
basketball, but
Nuts at night.
Gotta walk
listen,
over those
Hey,
minds. Them
that's
minds,
listen,
man.
back to basketball. Look,
Nuts at night,
listen,
yo. What the heck?
about Malawak. Listen,
No, Fizz. We talking about Fizz.
yeah.
And
Well, all
him
right,
working out
Fizz.
with the Brooklyn Nets.
Listen, about Fizz.
Oh,
I think Fizz.
hold on. I wanted to give my take to it because I was going to easy, then easy. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna leave this comment up there. But yeah, it's the thing about what he said. I think Jordy Fernandez said that. That sounds like something Jordy Fernandez would say. What he said. What was he said? The conversations were great. That's him, in my opinion, talking to Jordy Fernandez. They were just telling me how I could fit within their system and be an overall good piece for them. Basically saying, if you come to the Brooklyn Nets, you're gonna start. We're not gonna play this game with you. Like you got to go to the G League, come off the bench, none of that. You're gonna start. This is Jordy Fernandez saying it to him, and I'm gonna be up front. He's my favorite out of the three picks. And then Malawak is a close second, but Fez got it. So that's me. We could go around the panel. Go ahead, Lee.
Well, what I was gonna say About Fizz, I think he definitely has the attitude. He has the right attitude. I think Fizz was connected to us for a while. Outside of Dylan and Ace, he was connected to us for a while, and he's maintained his spot as a top scorer in this draft. At least coming out of college, with the other top three picks. So Fizz to me, bro, like if nobody really is valuing a point guard in the top five or top six, well, for the most part, I think it's a possibility that Fizz could land. But I mean, like I said, we gotta wait and see. I
But
don't.
wait, no. But the question is to all of y'all: is
What's
this
up?
a successful draft if we get Fizz? My answer is yes. Is what
Hell yeah.
your answer?
Yeah. I take it as that. Yeah.
Guys, see how
Okay.
the whole everything plays
And
out.
I
We gotta see
got
what the
and then
whole
I
group
think then
is.
I got to see what he look like when he get here, and then we do all
Yeah,
the due
no, right.
diligence
But
after the fact.
this you could say is prior to all of this happening. Of course, it's premature. Is the better word I was looking for. But yeah, but from now, I'm gonna say yes from now. But all right, so we got a yes from Leaf. Let's go to Jay. Jay, what you think about the Nets eyeing Jeremiah Fizz? You got a nickname for him yet, or not? It's too soon for a nickname.
I don't know. I already have fears, man. They
Okay.
got a fears, but that's whack. But word.
Mm.
But word though, I fuck with him though. Know what I
Yeah.
mean? But listen, we just got to see who get on the team. I'm not. I feel like he's a good guy. I feel like Derek King could be good. I feel like Kaman could be good. I also said at the beginning of the year, mad time, it's going to be some random person from another country that slips in the top five. And somebody is going to slip. So if one of those other players that we actually want slip to us, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So, if we get Fizz at 8, do you think that's a successful draft?
Yeah.
All right.
I
That's
think
what's up.
getting a good player at 8 is a successful draft, and he's one of the good players.
All right. All right. And again, this is an article by Eric Slater. This just came out earlier today or yesterday now. But we on it. You know how we go. We
Oh
gonna go
yeah,
to
this would be
everything
very
booking.
successful.
Yeah, we gonna go to everything booking next John. How you feel about it?
Yeah, listen, I'm glad that the Brooklyn Scouts are being urgent about this because you definitely want to get this lottery pick right. I think everybody was upset. Listen, what happened on draft lottery night, man? Just see everybody go so silent, man. I hope it's a feeling no other Brooklyn fan ever feels again, man, because that was just horrible. But if you can get Jeremiah Fears with your lottery pick, if he somehow falls within our range, I think you have to say, hey, good start to draft night. I think this kid is electric, dynamic. He's got all the quality skill sets you want. Him and Thomas, I worry a bit about the height factor, but offensively, the two of them should be a good little chemistry built there. But I think I would say this: if you get Fears your lot to pick, you got to get a big in this draft. Whether it's a Maxine Renaud, a Kalkbrenner, like you got to get a big to help these two guys out. Because if you don't get a big and we're stuck with Claxton, I feel like it's going to be a rough season for Fears more so than it has to be. Because I just feel like defensively, him and Thomas can get attacked a lot. But if you get Fears your lottery pick, it is a great start to draft night. But as far as nicknames go, I got Walk on the BK block, bro, if he falls with our 8 pick.
Well, yo, speaking of short people, did y'all see Tahad Pettiford?
Who? Oh, sorry.
Tahad Pettiford
In the
You mean the
combine,
in
point?
the
You mean the
combine.
point
He,
guard?
yeah,
Yeah.
he was cooking niggas
he was
in the
cooking.
scrimmage game. He had 23. He was getting to his spots. He was crossing niggas. Diamond, yo, but he only 6 foot though. But
Yeah, he's 6'1".
he was going crazy on him though. I don't know. He's nice.
Is he staying in the draft or he still
No,
deciding?
he's staying in the draft.
Okay, he's nice.
I
Look
don't
up
know
his
if we will
play.
take him at
Tahad
at
Pettiford.
8 though. If
I t-
Fizz and Pettiford is still there, I think we just go Fizz regardless. But he could be a pickup later on.
if we get
Right.
Fears, try to trade for a power forward. If Rasheer Fleming is around 14, 15, we get Fears. I would try to trade Johnson a pick to get Rasheer Fleming, man. If we get Fleming, Fears, and a Maxime Renard, I think that's a great draft night. Like you address all different areas of need right there.
Those are
All
my
right. So
targets.
hold on. Let's
Hold up.
continue.
Let's get back to
Let's,
Yegor,
let,
bro. Like you was
let, well,
talking
hold
No, we
on.
earlier,
still
We
bro.
no
gotta
no
go
no. We gonna
around,
we
bro.
hold
Yeah.
on. Let's finish going around the panel.
Yeah,
We
let's
gonna
finish
get to
on
Diego.
panel.
So Diego makes sense, but let's just get through this article. We gonna go to Brooklyn LM. That got a ring to it, man. Shout out to Brooklyn LM. Talk to us.
He had to
You,
put that Brooklyn flag down. Niggas is
yeah.
fucking battle
Yo,
rap.
Like,
I was
I'm not
wild.
San
You guys
Antonio
get
heavy.
dirty
My
last
Brooklyn
No, you
night,
know
niggas
man.
exactly.
rap.
I
Going
know
to
exactly what it was,
LA.
bro. It ain't Ray no more. Now it's Brooklyn and LM, bro. Like I know
Uh-huh.
exactly what it was.
Yo.
Right. I like that though. I like that.
He had to make sure. He had to make sure he stood 10 toes down. It's black and white, but it ain't in Texas.
We got Solo Wing in the comments. He said, "Feds and CT be running the league, baby." LM, Brooklyn LM. How you feel about it, man? Talk to us.
Yeah, I'm with. Listen, I'm with Fizz either way, man. The high motor, and he's only 18. Like he has mad young potential. I think the potential in defense is there. Really good playmaker, and he can get a bucket, though. The whole bucket. So I mean, athleticism has improved a lot. Like he got bounce. You know what I'm saying? He can get up there. So I would like him. I think that's a W if that's our first pick. 19, 26 and whatever, that's a different conversation. Maybe we can move up from 19, but if he's at 8 and we get him, yeah, we rocking.
Yeah, subscribe to the page, y'all. Shout out to everybody that's new in the chat. Subscribe to the page. It looked like almost unanimous. Mo Beasley here, Rocket fan. We still care about his opinion, though. Fans to the Nets. You think that's a good look for us?
Yeah, that's a good look because, like I said in my scenario, I'm hoping that the two big men can they drop the eight and I just pick one. Toronto pick one and we pick the other one. I think that was Jay that said something about hopefully one somebody international guy slip in the top five, the top 10 and don't nobody know about. You know how this stuff goes. So that's my what I'm hoping for right now.
Rockets got the 10th
Okay.
pick.
All right. Shout out to Mo Beasley. We're gonna continue to go around the panel. We had Notorious. You heard us read the article. You heard me read the article. What you feel about Fizz? The Nets eyeing Fizz on the team.
I mean, I like it. I mean, I like Fears. I wouldn't have a problem with picking him at 8. My only concern with him is his size. Hopefully, he'll grow. You know what I mean, and fill out a little bit more. And but I'm gonna be honest. I mean, if we get 8 and Mollywalk is there, I'm picking Mollywalk. That's gonna be my first target. But if not, Fears would be my second target. Mollywalk, Igor, and Renard. I think that's the 3 targets right there.
That's
That's
a good
size,
combo.
athleticism.
Mm.
But again, I wouldn't be mad if we pick Fears. I'm pro Fears.
So let me ask. Okay, you pro Fizz. Do you think that we still win by being able to get like maybe a Kalkbrenner or somebody like that instead of getting a Malawak and still getting so we'll get Fizz and still be able to get a big man. We'll still be able to get a big man, not a Malawak or the Queen, but we still could get a big man in the draft if we get Fizz early.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I mean, it's other,
Okay.
other targets. Like I said, I like Renard. I like Rocco. Those are both 2 7-footers, agile, can move their feet, can defend. I mean, these guys are playing like 7 foot freaking small forwards, man. But
So you saying they first rounders? We getting them with the Knicks pick or the Bucks pick?
yeah, I believe so. I mean, we can. I believe so.
I like
Um,
Carter Bryant too as one
but
of the
but
wing
again, my
receivers.
my first pick for center would be Mollywalk. I would
Carter
go after
Bryant
the
probably
big.
gonna be lottery.
I would
Do
go
we
Yeah.
after.
like Danny Wolf?
Yeah,
Eh,
Danny Wolf is a
I
good
don't
one
think
too.
Carter Bryant would be at. He could be
I ain't
someone
gonna
we
lie.
can
I
get,
like
but
I
we
like
will have to
Danny
have
Wolf. I
take a
like
risk
Danny
with him
Wolf a
at 8.
lot, bro. I ain't
Danny
gonna
Wolf,
lie.
You like Danny Wolf at
Danny Wolf is
19?
another one. Danny Wolf is solid. He's
So
another.
Danny Wolf at 19. I don't think he falling that far,
so
but
hold
I
on.
He's
All of
mean,
another
these
center. He's
all of
another
these
center
players
that
y'all
you keep your
saying.
eye. Hold on. He's
Yeah,
another center
yeah.
that you keep your eye on. Renard, Danny Wolf, and Rocco. But my first pick will be Mollywalk. If not Mollywalk, then I'm going with Fears.
What
But
about
you,
Mollywalk
Sober?
on the
but
Buco
hold on.
block,
You would
man.
take Malawa over Fairs? That's my question.
Yes,
Knowing
I
you can
would.
get
I
a
would take Mollywalk over Fears, and then I would get Igor Dimin as the point guard later on.
Mm.
Who you
Facts.
get?
That's what
hold
we're going
on, hold
about
on.
it.
How okay? How valid is that we could get Diego late in the draft? Like how realistic is that?
I mean,
You
it
trade
is
Suple
realistic.
Johnson
John,
pick.
John John already hinted to it. I mean, Igor would probably be gone before 19, but we can package those 26, 27th
Mm-hmm.
pick and a couple of picks to move up to grab them before
Exactly.
somebody else
It's
does.
all on if
so
Because
Sean
I
I, I
Marks
don't I
think
don't
I
think
think
actually
Igor
takes
I think
initiative
Igor is
for
going
him.
to go between
Yo,
10 and
he needs to.
15.
Mark's got to grow up here, man.
I
So
don't think I don't think Igor is like I don't think
hold on,
Igor is gonna play the point right away, bro. Like it's gonna take
hold
some
on.
time.
Hold on, yeah. I'm trying to pivot
I,
there,
I,
but I
I just
want to
think
go.
Molly Walk is the safe pick.
You
That's
spend a
just
All
lot
me.
of
right,
time on the
hold
subject.
on,
Oh, not
hold
a
on.
safe pick. It'd be a good pick.
Right. Hold on, yeah. I'm about to
I'm not
pivot.
picking Mollywalk over Fierce.
Yo,
Hold
Leaf,
on,
why
but
don't you like Mollywalk, bro? Come on.
hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Why?
We don't forget. Hold
He
on,
don't
y'all.
gotta agree with you though.
Hold on,
Hold on.
y'all.
Let
Let
Breeze
me
go.
let
Let
me
Breeze go.
finish going around the panel before y'all start talking, please. Easy, talk to us, Easy. How you feel about the article and the Nets eyeing Fizz to, you know what I mean? Fit, and they saying he could fit right in the system. You agree?
I mean, just to wrap this up, 'cause I feel like we spending a lot of time on this topic and we got a lot of shit to cook on. Me personally, I don't give a fuck about what this article talking about, and I don't care what's going on in the draft. My critique, I leave all that up to y'all, and I trust y'all with that ability. That's why I always let y'all cook and go about it. I'm just looking at the minute they touch the NBA floor. That's when my critique going to start because I can't really discern. I mean, you can discern some things in the college game and a young player, but then what is raw talent, what is them process in the game. So I might as well just leave it all to when they touch a league. The minute they hit summer league and summer camp and preseason and all that, that's when I start my shit. So I'll let y'all have it. Let's cook up.
All right. All right, cool. I want to pivot to what you call him said, SIE Marley. He said Ron Harper said to Scoop B, it's a chance we could trade for Dylan Harper. Um, this whole move up conversation is what I wanted to have. It happened. The more notable one that I remember is Trey Young and Luca, which was more of a swap than a trade up. Like technically, it is a trade up, but it's almost like a swap. You know what I'm saying? And what is the separation? I wanted to go to LM because he would know, right? What is the separation between Fizz and Dylan Harper? Is it okay for the Nets to miss on Dylan Harper if we get Fizz? Is my question.
I mean, assuming San Antonio choose Dylan, Fears is the second best point guard in the draft.
They probably
So
Uh,
I
not gonna
mean,
fix him though.
realistically, yeah, Fears will go great. But if there's a chance you can trade with San Antonio to get Dylan, I mean, I'll entertain it. I don't know what they would want. Probably can't. I'm hearing, according to Dylan, they would probably like Cam Johnson, our eighth pick, our 26th pick, and I guess two new Knicks picks.
Oh
But
wow,
That is a lot,
if
man, for
that's
Dylan
it
way too
is,
Harper,
much.
man. That
it
really
That's
is
way
is.
too
like
much.
that
Yeah.
was his scenario. I don't
We
know.
lost
They
our
probably
chance to
would
get
do
him,
that,
man.
but
they
if
ain't
it's
even
a
buy us a
possibility,
drink,
I
man.
don't know.
What are they doing, man?
Yeah, I don't think the Spurs need Dylan though. That's the thing that I'm on. Like you already got
Right?
Fox, you already got Castle. If there's a chance, hopefully they don't ask for much, but if there's a chance that you talk to Brooklyn and you like, yo, we don't
They
really
gonna
need
go
Dylan,
ace.
right? They could go
Typically
ace
we do
too. They
Ace.
can. That's a
I think they gonna go
possibility.
ace. Or
Yeah.
So,
like I said before, they probably gonna trade that second pick to try to get Giannis and pair with Wimby. And
right,
let
Yes,
and
but
Giannis
let
wants
there's
to
a
and
lot
let
stay.
of
Giannis
there's a
know
lot
when to
of
go to the West Coast.
Oh,
the the
we gotta get to that Scoop B article too. We could do
Oh, that
that
was a
next.
great
yeah.
article.
Go ahead,
But I
Joe.
mean,
Go
Dylan,
ahead.
if Dylan here, that's
We got
that would
10
be
minutes left.
amazing.
10,
But
15 minutes left.
I
Now
think they
I'm
use
gonna
the
pull
pick.
back up because tomorrow Friday, so I can pull back up. But because it's early too. I mean, not early. It's 12, but you know what I'm saying. I could pull back up. But go ahead, y'all. I was listening to you. I'm gonna find the
I
article.
mean, if you can get Dylan, I think
No
I
brainer.
just it's a no brainer. But if they asking for too much, then
Five
like
picks
yeah,
is way too much, man. Listen, I like Dylan Harper, but we do not have to throw all of our cards to one guy if we could get Jeremiah Fears. You know, we had
That
our
shit's
Right.
chance and
crazy.
we didn't
Which
I,
y'all
get
think he Mikael Bridges or something? 5 picks? No, I'm
him.
kidding.
that's even wild to me.
Hey,
Because
boy.
you giving up superstars, my nigga. Hell no, bro.
Uh,
No. That's highway robbery right there. That's crazy.
Now, if you talk about Ace with Philly, man, would you guys take on Paul George's shitty contract to get Ace? Now, that's a question you have to ask yourselves.
The answer
Depends
is
on what they giving back.
Mm,
Depends on
exactly.
what assets, what draft picks, what exceptions are they giving? Are they giving us some prospects, some young prospects? That's what it
We
all depends
probably,
on the price.
yeah.
Because
we
listen,
probably, we
I
probably
get
give
it.
him CJ or something
Hold
if
on,
we take the.
I get it. Nets fans don't want to take Paul George's contract on, but who gives a shit? We ain't gonna be good anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
But
So you
saying?
do you want to have
Joe,
Paul George contract on this?
You said what?
I mean, Paul George contract is crazy, but I mean, if that's the case, you have we will have what Ace and PG on the same
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, but like y'all said, Ella, we got to spend money anyway, right?
Hey, playing team if we do that.
But you see,
Might be.
you know what's
Barring
so
Paul
funny.
George don't get injured. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Who cares? He's just a placeholder. We just using him for
He's a
assets.
podcaster. We get podcaster P
You
and he
know what's
gets all
so
the
funny
Brooklyn
though?
Nets players on his show. That'd be funny.
The funny thing about it though, like it's funny what I'm hearing about Ace though. Like, so I'll ask y'all this because what I heard is his floor could be a good floor, but his ceiling is scary high. But a lot of things have to go right for him to achieve that high ass ceiling. So
Right.
is he worth the high pick if he has such much of a risk? If he got
Easy. A
so much
lot of
other
people
good
say
better
he going
picks?
to drop in the draft.
That's what I'm
I
hearing. Like
don't
he
think so.
dropping.
He's not that
He
Yo,
not
far.
easy.
He
he not
said a
top
quote.
five,
He said
top
a
five.
quote
These
today that
top
was kind
five
of
picks though,
off-putting. I ain't gonna lie.
the top five picks is more about the ceiling than the floor. Like they'll rather gamble to on the high ceiling than get
No,
a
Jay,
player with a
I
lower
hear
floor.
I'm
that.
not with
No, Jay,
Giannis here
no,
either.
Jay,
Now that we looking at this tweet, I don't know with this shit if he
Yeah, yo,
coming.
y'all
but
see
Jay,
this?
but Jay, I hear
Hey,
that.
if Giannis wants
Real
to
quick,
take
Breeze.
over, who we to stop him?
Real quick, Breeze.
Nah,
Jay,
I'll stop.
Jay, I
Oh,
hear that, right?
go
But
ahead, Easy.
like, Jay, I hear that, right? But just like how Joey said, I'm hearing the nigga drop in the draft, so it don't look like that high ceiling potential holding up, bro. So like, it's
But
going
bro,
against some type
But
of
we don't
something.
know that.
we
Like
can't
who
listen to all these media pundits when they say,
and who to say
because
Ace
they said
Bailey
that
gonna
we
be the
was
best
getting
player in the
number
draft
one
a few
pick
years
like
from now?
7 times, and that shit was bullshit. You can't
It,
listen to
Yeah,
what they say. It's just projections. You got
it's
to see what the teams
And
actually do.
this isn't this all is in the moment too. Like we gotta remember
exactly.
this draft is early. Who knows who the best player gonna be in this draft a few years from now? You know what I'm saying? Like
But
all this
that's
shit
what
is
scouts get paid to do. That's the
Right.
point.
You also got to ask yourself this: if you want to get rid of Johnson, you want to get a top pick in this draft, you take on George's contract. We have the cap space to absorb his salary, so it's not necessarily like we're getting crapped out this whole deal. If you get Ace, you develop him. Could he and Thomas be a combo of your future? Maybe. And I think what Ace's ceiling is at worst, probably Brandon Ingram, but highest maybe Kevin Durant. If he does grow more and he develops actual muscle, if he develops actual muscles next 2 years, because Jordy cares about weight regimen, this kid could be a potential beast for this team. But you got to
And
see it
he's
happening.
also
yeah,
it's also been said that he's actually 6'7". He's not as tall as people been
Yeah.
saying he
Yeah.
is.
Nah,
yeah.
he's
Hold,
six. Joey, he's 6'7" barefoot. He's 6'9" with
Yeah.
shoes on apparently.
Yo, but
That's
but
some
Paul
lift.
been telling us that all year, man.
He
Yo,
not 6'10" though. That's
seriously.
a fact. He might be 6'8" or 6'9". But
He
he ain't
keep talking
6'10".
about with shoes on, but then he kept saying he's only 18. He's still growing, so he's
He
gonna
not.
grow to like
I don't know if he
6'11.
said yeah. The 6'10", 6'11" is out of here. But I do think he's like around Paul George height, like 6'8", 6'9" with shoes
So
on.
how niggas put
But
the KD and
you
fucking
are
T Mac
taking
tag on him,
are
my
you
nigga?
taking into account that he's only 18 and he's still growing, so he can grow
You
into
see,
six
that's
ten,
you
six
gotta.
He
eleven.
That's
crazy
can.
something.
I
work,
mean, it's a
Yeah,
bro.
possibility. Yeah, he can.
yeah.
Bro,
That's
that's
something you got.
crazy work, bro. Niggas put the T Mac and KD tag on him, bro. This is what I'm talking about.
I mean, was
Irresponsible
it T
talk,
Mac
bro.
6'8"?
The man was like 6'10" in the league, bro. Don't put the tag on him, bro. Don't put that
Hold on,
tag on
y'all.
him, bro.
Hold on, y'all. I wanted to again shout to everything Brooklyn Nets, y'all. I love that name, but I'll be on everything Brooklyn. Like this is an article by Scoop B. Basically, he's a valid source in Nets media.
Hold on,
Um,
solo
they,
wing. Kids don't stop growing at 18, bro.
right. Hold on. So hold on.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Giannis will come into the team. He want to stay in the East. Okay. He says be in the position of control. We just got Jordy Fernandez. He just went to the draft combine. He's the one that's having to say is the transition is to from GM to head coach, and that works for the Brooklyn Nets, not GM to superstar because it didn't work with KD, Kyrie, and Harden. So the two is an X. Can't do that. Three, a market where other stars would want to join him. Dame Lillard was supposed to join Mikal Bridges, seeing how that worked out. And at the end of the day, you see how it worked out with KD and Kyrie and them adding DeAndre Jordan. That was crazy work. So it just the two and the three don't work. The one work, but he could go to a different team in the East. It don't have to be the Brooklyn Nets. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, Breeze, if he wants to come here and when the East is now wide open with Tatum being gone, the Nets could have a shot with Giannis and those superstars. If the Cavs and the Knicks are the
Oh
only
my
top two
god.
teams, anything's possible at that point. You can't completely rule it out, okay? If not doesn't
Bro,
happen,
no,
you can't
I'm not.
completely
I'm
rule it
not.
out.
I'm telling you where I stand. I'm standing on my square. I'm saying no to it. I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm just at least letting the fans know I'm not undecided on this. I'm not. Oh, maybe no. He hurt Kyrie Irving, and he
Oh
don't have.
man, you gotta let that
Can I
go,
finish?
bro.
No, we don't
Oh,
gotta
You
let it
gotta
go.
let that go, man.
We don't
You
gotta
guys a
let it
flat
go.
earther, bro.
John, don't
Come
make me
on.
sub you. John, don't make me sub you, John. John, don't make me sub you.
Yeah, we don't gotta let it go.
Please, son, I'll go to Twitter and talk
Don't make
about
me go there,
this.
John. John, don't make me sub you, John.
Don't sub him, my nigga.
I'll go to
I
Twitter,
got the
bro.
super chat
At
ready, my
work,
nigga.
I'll go to Twitter.
I got the
Bro,
super chat ready.
John ready to go
listen.
to Subways, man.
Right.
I got the
Listen,
super chat ready,
Subways.
my nigga.
listen. Shout out to Ice for joining the panel. And again, like I said, I'm doing
Oh
a part
shit.
2 right after this.
Yeah.
Listen, John. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is I'm not asking you to agree with me. I'm telling you why I think it's a bad idea, and that's off of the experience. As a Nets fan, I see what happened with the front office and free agents, and again, what stands out the most is being in position of control. Gave control to Giannis with the Milwaukee Bucks. He got Drew Holiday up out of there. Got Dame Lillard there. He got a lot of players out of there. He got coaches out of there. We don't need somebody doing that coming to the Brooklyn Nets when we trying to build something. The window for what Giannis wants to win and the window that the Brooklyn Nets and the second year head coach Jordy Fernandez is
Oh
not the
my
same.
god.
And again,
What if he wants to play with Thomas, though? What if he wants to play with
Oh
your
my
Yeah.
guy?
Oh,
god.
Breezy, let me
Isn't
ask
that
you
just whole
this too.
narrative?
I
This
know
Saying
you want
nigga
to
love
y'all
this
choice.
coach.
hold
Oh
on,
my
y'all can't
god.
say, and there's not everybody in here, but y'all can't be saying, yo, Sean Marks is letting KD and Kyrie run him over. He don't got a
I didn't say
backbone. He
that.
need to start. And then y'all niggas want Giannis here. If he talking about he want to be in control, ain't he gonna be doing the same shit KD and them was doing that
But he's
y'all
gonna have
to go
talent
against
coming
Eh,
here.
Sean
Ellis is
no,
Marks?
gonna have
no, no, no.
talent
He
coming
gonna be
here,
doing the
though.
same thing with a
I'm
worse
not with it.
basketball
I
IQ.
wasn't with it. Yeah, I'm
It's
not. I'm just. Yo, listen, John. I hear you disagreeing with me, but I'm just letting you know I'm still not with it.
no. It's fun to disagree on, but it's probably not going to happen. But it could happen. You know,
Right,
it's
right,
fun
but
to disagree about
no,
this.
I'm not. Yeah, but it can't happen either. Like it don't
But
have to.
why can't it happen though? Can I ask you an honest question though, Breeze? Is Giannis a worse GM than Sean Marks and Joe
I,
Desai right now?
first and
Yes,
foremost,
What?
yes.
Worst GM.
Because he gonna sign
What?
Thanasis, and Sean Marks
Oh
never
my
signed
God!
Thanasis.
Yo,
Please,
that's not the
please,
same
They came up
please.
the
thing.
team, bring my
Time
bread
out.
on,
First
man.
and foremost, I'm not with John talking about forgive him. No, I don't forgive him. I don't forgive him for what he did to Kyrie Irving and ruin our NBA championship
Oh
aspirations.
Do
my
you
No,
forgive
I
god,
don't.
Kyrie? Wait, do you
bro,
forgive Kyrie
bro.
for breaking up our championship run? We were 18-2. You
No,
forgive that?
no,
Come
no,
on,
no,
Breeze.
no, bro. I disagree with you. I
No,
don't
No, because
forgive
you're trying to
Giannis.
be
I'm
emphatic.
not
two-sided
one
with
of
this with
these. I'm
me.
not one of these fans that want to frown upon Kyrie and say this and that. And when I'm talking about one particular season, in that one season, we had a chance to win it without Kyrie getting injured, and when we needed to, where you go, Ice? And then when we was about to, you know what I'm saying? He put his foot right where Kyrie was landing, and he did what he did, and yeah, they won a championship. But he know.
Oh my
That's hold
god,
on.
Come
bro.
He
on,
know.
Breeze.
Hold on. He know. Basketball karma. He want to come here and fix what the wrong he did. That's why he want to come here. And on top of that, he know because of what he did with the Milwaukee Bucks to win it, the passageway he got there, he can never win another championship with the Milwaukee Bucks. He knows
Yeah,
that.
but Breeze, you know why he doesn't want to go to the West? Why does he have to compete with 9 other teams just to get a
I do
playoff
not
seed when he
care
could get
if
a
he
top
wants to
four
go to
seed
the
if
West.
he's
I
with
don't
Brooklyn
care
and
what.
another
Yo,
superstar?
that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not into what he want, bro. He not a Brooklyn Net
Right.
player. Like, why I care what he want?
So we want to stick with the junkyard squad and not do anything. Whereas with Giannis, at least we're
No,
competing for
Giannis
something.
not the answer.
Did you see the
Giannis,
Giannis team this way? Wait, did you see Giannis team without Giannis this year with the Bucks would have been a playing team or out of the playing entirely. You take his
bro, they
numbers
got
and put him with
swept in the
OKC
playoffs.
or
They
another
got
team,
swept in
they're a
the
championship
playoffs.
team right now. Come
Bro, they
on.
got swept in the playoffs. So, and like, I don't
Because
get it,
Kyle
bro.
Kuzma's his second best option. Come on.
That
So
man put up
what?
a goal in the game.
Why you so like? I don't. Why you
Because
No,
he
so?
because
loved
you're trying to
Giannis.
no, because you're trying to discredit everything that Giannis says. Listen, I understand all the bad that come with Giannis, but you know what comes with Giannis? Ultra competitor, ultra player, ultra superstar, top 5. We don't have that on this team. As much as you like Cam Thomas, Thomas will not do without a superstar with him,
Bro,
bro.
Cam Thomas been in the league for 4 years. You comparing
And
Giannis
what has Cam Thomas done in 4 years, man? He hasn't played that much in a
We got
playoff
John activated.
situation.
We got
Come
John
on,
activated.
bro.
Cook up, man. Cook up.
Now
We
I will
got
cook
John.
a stove. I will barbecue up in here, bro, before the night
Hey,
is over.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, no, Breeze, can I say to you, at the end of the day, the Nets, if they ever want to win a championship, a superstar will be here. Whether it's Giannis, Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Edwards, we will get a superstar because we're the Brooklyn Nets, baby. We're a rising market, and it will happen, man. So it doesn't have to be us. It will be a superstar, man. And yes, we need prospects. We need good role players, but a superstar will be the binding key. And whether it's Giannis or anybody else, that's how we're going to get over the hump, my bro.
Bro, I don't care. Listen, I
Where the
don't
grill?
believe in Giannis on the Brooklyn Nets. I don't, bro. I do. You could say all of that shit at the highest octave possible. I still do not believe
The
in that
smoke
shit,
blinded
bro.
me. The
Okay,
kitchen caught fire.
enjoy Concanipple then, Breeze.
Yo,
Yeah, no,
stop bringing
bro,
that name up,
I don't
man.
want Concanipple on the team
Nigga
either.
cooked the whole
Well, then
kitchen.
Sean Marks does because he has a workout scheduled for him in a few weeks. So there you go.
All right, that's
Bruh,
your man's, man.
no, they worked out Fizz way before they worked out John Knipple or whatever his
What?
name is.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Is it
Your new
John
name,
Knipple?
John Knipple, man. Because you the only one that keep bringing him up, John Knipple.
Because Sean Marks might draft him. You guys think that Sean Marks won't make these same idiotic mistakes when all he's
Yeah,
done
but you
is
bringing
make
it
bad
up to
mistakes.
us like we asking for him. You like, yo, is Giannis? Y'all got to decide right now. Is Giannis or John Knipple?
No,
Right, right.
Like, what are
you
you
and Bree,
talking
no,
about,
because
bro?
after what happened with the draft lottery, you and Breeze are the only ones came out here with a smile on your face, where everybody else is hitting the
Because
doomsday
yo,
button, and you said we're gonna do good, man. We're gonna get
because
the
I'm
eighth
not a
pick and be a
loser.
superstar.
You gonna sit here and
No,
think about losing all year
bro,
just to
I'm
get the
done with
fifth
losing.
pick?
I want to win, man. I
No,
want
you
Brooklyn
said
to
you wanted to
win,
lose
bro.
all year just to get the fifth pick when we did what we did and got the eighth pick.
And
It's not that.
Jay, you said we should win. We'd have been with the Bulls getting the 11th pick if we won, man. How's that
No,
better? You
we'd have
said
been with
that.
if we'd have had a 1.8% chance, maybe we'd have got the first pick. You know what I
Oh my
mean?
gosh. Come on.
You know what I mean? Because 1.8 seems to be a good number for the lottery if you look in the history of the lottery, apparently.
I know you're
I
not letting
told you
John
with
cook
the
him.
6 odds it would backfire on us, and I was right. Everything I said about the Nets botching this year, I was 100% on the money. Ask LM,
Can
ask
we
Joe,
stop
ask
talking about that
anybody,
shit?
Yeah,
man. I was on the money on
I
that.
don't gotta ask them because my opinion don't gotta be what their opinion is.
John,
That's the problem with a lot of
Facts.
y'all. Y'all just
hey
want
Jay,
people to
Facts.
agree with you. I
Did I
don't
say
have to
that? Did I
agree
say I
with
want to
you.
agree with you?
You're
No, I just think
wrong.
the facts
I feel
relevant,
you're
bro.
wrong,
Oh, come
emphatically
on.
wrong. And if you
listen.
want Giannis, you could take your ass to Milwaukee with him.
No,
This is
you
the
can. You
hey
can.
John,
I'm good. I'm staying 10 toes deep in Brooklyn, bro.
John. Can I say this, yo? Can we please
If you
stop
want
bringing?
Giannis so bad, you go to Milwaukee.
I will take any player that wants to win in Brooklyn, bro. It doesn't have to just be
Can we
honest.
can we stop bringing the lottery up? Because we all know the shit was rigged, bro. Like, stop
True,
bringing that shit
true.
up, man.
No, it wasn't.
Like, for real,
That's just
that
good
shit was
But you
rigged.
can
basketball.
make an argument for
We
the
can't
first two,
prove
not
we
3
can't
and
prove
4
it, but
with
I
the
believe
Hornets and
that. But we can't
76ers.
prove it.
If we would have had a worse record in those two teams, we get Ace or DJ on draft night. I don't care what anybody else says. If we would have taken a little harder than those
Hey,
two, we'd
John,
have a third or fourth pick.
John.
We get
DC had
Ace
the
and
second
DJ.
worst record, and they picking at 6.
Facts.
At the end of the day, if we were
So what are we
worse than
talking about?
if
It's
we were
not true.
slightly a game worse than Philly, we have Ace in our pocket right now, and
But
Leaf will be doing the Macarena up in his jack.
if we would have got
Oh,
the spot that Philly
Stop
got,
it.
if we would have got the spot Philly got, they probably wouldn't have gave us
You
3.
know what some people are telling me that,
That's what's
oh, if we
facts.
were
Breeze, you better
Philly's
clip the
spot right
fuck
now,
out
we
this
wouldn't have
shit.
gotten Ace Bailey because we don't have Joel Embiid's bum leg or Paul George's broken body. No, we had a worse record. We get Ace. We had a worse record
No,
than that,
It's
man.
no,
not
Come
true,
on.
no,
Breeze,
John.
Breeze, you better
It's
no.
not
fucking clip
true.
the shit out this. You better clip the fuck out
I'm
this shit.
clipping it for sure. I'm clipping it for sure.
Nah,
But
this is fun, man.
but
I'm cooking
what I'm
storm right
saying
now,
is
man.
you lying to yourself, know what I mean? And you've been lying to yourself the whole time. We wouldn't have
Right.
got that pick. The NBA has an agenda. It is the reason that if you look at the Philadelphia Sixers, look at how many top 5, top 10 picks they got in the past few years. Look at the Spurs, look how many they got in the past few years. And look at the history of teams trading their their best player to the Lakers than getting the number one pick. These things are not coincidences. They are fucking, you study patterns, and patterns are not coincidences, they're patterns.
If we had the fifth best odds, Ace would be in our
Leaf, you
pocket
gotta
right
leave.
now.
Leaf, you gotta leave and come back. You Megatron right now. Oh
I
fuck.
said this too. When you really look at it, the NBA wanted LeBron to go to Cleveland. He went to Cleveland. The NBA wanted Derrick Rose to go to Chicago. Derrick Rose went to Chicago. The NBA wanted Wemby to go to San Antonio. Wemby went to San Antonio. The NBA wanted Cooper to go to Dallas. That's why he went to Dallas. Simple. It's rigged.
Mic drop.
Yeah, no, all facts.
There's no proof.
If we had a worse record than Philly, we would get Ace Bailey right now. That's
That's
all I'm
not
saying.
true.
There's no
I'm
proof.
not saying that.
What do you mean there's no proof? If we had the fifth odds, Ace Bailey.
That's not true because if we had the fifth odds, then they probably would have gave us something else.
Oh, come on. I cannot. Like, listen, they may rate the
They
first
would have
two,
gave
but
us
everything else
the
after
pick the
that,
same way where
say
we at.
again.
No. Like I said, the Washington Wizards had the second worst record in the NBA. They only got 2 slots up ahead of us.
Real quick, just to change the topic real quick. Let me just ask a question. Let me just ask a quick question.
Yeah.
And let me just dive in my bag real quick, right? Real quick, just give me the floor, right?
Good.
Philly, OKC had Philly pick if they dropped out of top 5, right?
Top 6, 7,
Top
6 or 7.
Top 6 or 7, I think.
Top,
matter of
yeah,
fact.
yeah.
If they dropped out, OKC would have got that pick, right?
Correct.
So we already know OKC got Nikola Topic in the cut, waiting to come back to the team, and then you would have gave OKC another high round pick, just to cut around the bullshit and hit to the bush. Do you think it was a good idea for the NBA to come in and intervene? Because we all talking about is rigged, right? So cool, let's run with that premise. Do you think it was a good idea for the NBA to come out and get on top of that and say, you know what? I'm gonna give Philly this pick, because if not, I'm giving OKC this pick, and I don't want a super duper team over there. So you know what? I'm gonna give these bullshit ass niggas these
Can I
picks
say
right
this
here.
easy? Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Hold on. I'm gonna answer the question. I'm cool with that, right? I'm cool with them protecting the pick and not letting it go to OKC because it's unfair. But don't give fucking Philly a top 3 pick. You didn't have to give them that good of a goddamn pick. Like, goddamn, you could have put them at like fucking 5 or right at 6 or some shit. Like, that's the shit that's pissing me off.
But no, seriously, I'm gonna start up an extreme. I'm up. I am up. And we I don't know if y'all seen it. Jay seen it, but Jay said he gonna dip. Leaf, he already did. The Shooting Guard Netflix special. That's some shit I wanted to recap, but I was waiting till Jay and Leaf and more fans that actually gonna be on the panel with me to recap it with me. But that was a good untold story, the Netflix special. That was a good, and I implore for y'all to go watch that. Go visit Netflix, watch that. That is really dope content.
Yo, fans is really trying to be mad at Claxton for his game winner, bro, and that's crazy to me.
It played a part, man. No matter what, it played a
Because
part.
niggas always want to be geniuses in hindsight. That's why it's annoying.
Bro,
You know?
niggas is fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You mad at a nigga for a game winner against Philly. We hate Philly.
His nickname is now Tax. He
Don't be
taxed us a
mad at
top pick.
Claxton. Claxton is supposed to try to win the ball
I'm not
game.
putting that on.
Be mad at Adam Silver.
The
That's who you be
NBA
mad
do
at.
what they want to
The
do.
only
man.
person that got a new nickname tonight was you, Mr. Knipple.
Nah. I cooked a storm tonight. You can ask
No,
Easy, man. He got that on record.
But his name is so funny because his name is Khan Knipple.
Yeah, his name John, and he keep bringing up the nipple. I don't know. Nobody else brought him up except for
Because how ironic is it that you guys all have these people we could draft, and he drafts the one person we don't? Everybody was saying we're getting Cooper, Ace, and all these other guys. We didn't. So I'm just saying,
I
don't
told
put
y'all
it out of the point of reality.
all year I said, yo, we need to start looking at the other prospects because it ain't no guarantee
But
that
we
you get
did.
1, 2, or 3. And then we did, and that's why we know these other names that we're talking about now. So we're prepared for getting that. That's what I was saying the whole year. You can't
Yeah.
fucking prepare. You can't bet your whole life on winning the lottery because when
Listen,
I
man.
walk outside and see everybody that bet that, them niggas broke as hell.
We was hoping we would get a top 3 pick. Nobody said we was
All
getting a
I
top 3
know is
pick.
we were united for a year on this whole thing, most of
We
us. And this
talked about
organization blew that up.
we
So
talked
things have
about
Nah,
changed.
other
I
The
we
game
still
has
talked
think
about
changed.
we in a real good situation. I'm being optimistic for good reason, not just because I'm a fan. I'll break it down, and again, I'll do more of that on the next episode. But I gotta close this one out so I can clip it up. Y'all know how it is. Big fan, big clip, breezy. Gotta get these clips in. You know what I'm saying? And on to the next one, man. We be back real soon, probably like 10 minutes soon. But I'll probably eat first. But I'm gonna be back probably later tonight. All
You
right,
see
y'all.
now.